Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again on a fantastic Friday night. I hope everyone out there, especially those south of the border, are having a wonderful holiday weekend and enjoying themselves. But we have another live stream. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We just cover more live wrestling than anybody else. And I'm slightly distracted by one of the Insane Clown Posse right now. But, folks, we got SmackDown, the go home show for Survivor Series. We got GCW up in the background as well. We're going to get into all the action, all the reaction, all the fun stuff, and it's going to be a feel-good Friday around here, so strap in, strap on, grab your snacks and your feel-good. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating that out there. It's a Feel Good Friday. We got SmackDown, an interesting night ahead. The tag titles are on the line on the eve of War Games with so many questions, so many rumors, and even remastered songs. But myself and that pretty face are going to give you everything you need tonight for your wrestling needs. But without further ado, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that's my buddy Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream, Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight KJ White. And despite what this man might have said earlier, I am neither Violent J nor Shaggy 2 Dope. I am the Big Nick 100%. And we're also got GCW on in the background in case you couldn't tell. But 100%, we've got a Feel Good Friday SmackDown Go Home show before Survivor Series. Do we worry, though, that with this on FS1, Go Home shows lately with WWE haven't been great? They've been much more Sunday night's heats and then instead of Friday night SmackDowns.
Yeah, I think we're going to get very much a pre-show tonight. I think the tag match is going to be intriguing because of who's involved. There actually might be.
So far, that's the only match I know of, by the way.
Pretty much. There haven't announced a whole lot other than that and a Waller effect between KO and Waller. So that should be fun. But, yeah, not a whole lot announced for tonight. A lot of it will build for tomorrow. And, again, we will see. I mean, very intriguing. Could the Judgment Day lose the tag belts the night before Survivor Series?
Now, I've always questioned how does that bode? Normally, it's the old try and true. If you lose before on the go home show, you win at the pay-per-view. But now, granted, could them losing the tag titles cause dissension that plays into the match?
Yeah, 100%. It could definitely add to the storyline, especially what would be a nice addition to the storyline is if there was a reason that they lose. And if that reason was maybe an RKO out of nowhere. What?
I said someone cost them the belts there, I think is what you were saying.
I hear voices.
Well, do we get him tonight?
I don't know. I expected him on Monday, my guy.
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like also if we even get him tonight, people are going to be like, well, see, they did it tonight because they're going to do CM Punk on Saturday because, like you mentioned, of the remaster, just so fitting. I mean, there is that whole condition to where you already have a preconceived narrative at the end, so you find signs to reach that narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter's even pointed out of like these fans are pointing on things that like we didn't even think of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, this took off like wildfire, in the IWC today of it being remastered, and people are comparing it to the fact that Rev Theory had just remastered their Randy Orton tune. So, coincidences, yes. Smoke, yes. Is there a fire? We don't know yet, and I'm still torn. However, if I was Live in Color and there's everybody talking about my song and we hope
Why would you not? Why would you not? Yeah. Do it now. Listen to me.
But very intriguing going into this. And again, the Street Profits could walk away new tag champs, even though they're not on the card tomorrow.
Yeah, and if the Profits win this, does this not echo the calls for splitting of the titles of brand specific tag titles. Like we've got brand specific women's titles, we've got brand specific heavyweight titles now, even just split the titles instead of a unified.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've been hoping for it for a while. I think they've been waiting for that moment. I think Trips has been trying to add tag teams to get to the point where he feels comfortable that there's enough viable tag teams on both shows to warrant two separate divisions. I feel like we're pretty close.
Oh, absolutely. But do we want to talk to the people? So I was going to try and make a segue there. I had a few in my brain and nothing could really come out there perfectly. But do we want to talk to the people?
Yeah, we got Greg in the chat. Damien's here with us tonight. Always looking forward to something. What else is he? Oh, what do you think? We'll get back to that one, Damien. Let's say hello to people first. But Brother Blood, interesting. Interesting, Jeff.
Easy, my guy. Big dog, calm down. I'm going to still call you Big Dog the whole time. Yeah, Steve in Elimination Chambers, what up? Trey, what up?
Everbless is back in the house. Steve G's with us tonight. Bobby's with us. Jake, the Tribal Chief, hanging out in our Discord. Stop by to say hello.
Which, by the way, I did see what Everbless was saying, though. We mentioned about how Family Guy is going toe-to-toe with...
Yes. Right? Did you see that?
The fact that that has to be a thing that people talk about in 2023 in pro wrestling, I don't want to say AEW's doing great, but certainly not good if you're being compared of you're battling it out with ratings with Family Guy.
And what rules? You're in big shit.
Right?
What's up, Steve G, Eric Tate, Bonkers, Larry Mack, Richard Jr. here with some funny stuff for the predictions. Chambers, I think I got you, buddy. Let's roll back up to Damien, who had a question. What do you think about Dave Meltzer giving MJF versus Jay White 4 in a stars, I think 4.5 stars, and he gave Swerve and Hangman Adam Page 5-star. Whew. There's something worse than that.
You want me to?
You go. I read it.
I agree with it.
I do to an extent. I struggle a little bit. Like Jay White, MJF, I don't believe that's a 4-star match. Like I thought that match.
So you think it's even lower?
Yes, I thought.
Okay. So then we're in like probably full agreement here because even Jay White, it's coming out that wasn't happy with his build and everything like that. So okay, so I thought I was going to be the outlier of like that. The Swerve and Hangman match was the match of the night, arguably a match of the year contender. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And again, if you like that kind of thing, and I do think that Meltzer at times placates to that very minute smart mark audience that follows him and pays money, to see behind his paywall. Yeah. But dude, for anybody who ever doubts you and I kicking it here, listen, we said for weeks and weeks and weeks our criticisms about Jay White and what's happening with Jay White. And then Jay White comes out and echoes what we've been saying. So we might get a nut once in a while, my guy.
Pause on that. We may not be in the business, but we might know what we're talking about here a little bit. But yeah, no, and I don't even think with the Swerve and Hangman match that it's people he was placating to an audience. Like I think that match genuinely a lot of people liked it. Now, granted, the blood drinking spot might have crossed the line. There were certain things in that match that might have crossed the line, but I'd rather see that honestly in AEW than them treating us like we're children as wrestling fans. Of here's just some generic comedy bullshit. I'd rather maybe almost see like that. Like I argued last year that Yamashita versus Mance Warner was one of the best matches of the year, and it was a fucking death match.
Oh, and it was nominated for match of the year for us, and it was a bloody mess.
Right, but it was still fantastic that it was a death match even, and that's the thing is now you're seeing like the women's fan base in wrestling's like taking this as like a badge of honor of like, no, we weren't turned away because it was blood, guts, and gore. We actually kind of like that sometimes in wrestling. We don't need the cuddles and the cucumber the cupcakes. I was trying to say that cupcakes.
Yeah, you got to make it make sense. And I think what I liked about Page and Swerve was there was a story there. And I genuinely felt like Adam Page wanted, wagon drop by Ali Catch. So I was a little thrown off.
Yeah, we got the Juggalos versus Ricky Morton and
we got the Juggalos versus the Justice.
Yeah, we got Jussie instead of Bussy here.
And they all got their face painted. I
Pause.
believe now somebody can fact check me on this. I think the street fight, the Sega street fight, got like 4.5 stars, and that is 100%. If that's true, the only reason it did that was because Meltzer's been yelled at by Jericho several times for giving him low scores, and Meltzer's a bitch and won't be honest. So if it did get a 4.5 stars for that fucking street fight, he should be embarrassed that he gave it that score.
The smark giveth, the smark taketh away.
Yeah.
Because if bicycle, 100% got even a better match rating than Jay White versus MJF. We're not even going to argue about the Texas Death Match, anything like that.
Yeah, no.
That match could have been better than MJF versus Jay White.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I won't say that match was great. The Adam Cole stuff was a little too much. Of even when Britt Baker's out there saying, why is my husband coming off an ankle injury able to just walk out there and challenge for a world title, but MJF's going to steal an ambulance to come back?
Yeah. Now, that's the shit I expect Meltzer to be to hold them accountable to. Like, if WWE did some asinine shit like that, Meltzer would be the first one with a big old write-up about this could have been a good match, but they overbooked it, and da-da-da-da-da. So, I mean, that's my issue with 4 stars for MJF and Jay White. I think all the other bullshit took away from what could have been a 5-star match, because those are two very talented wrestlers.
Can I just say something on a halfway tangent?
Absolutely.
And halfway connected with this? But when it comes to talking about whichever way on the fence or the tribe you line on there, whether you're an AEW fan or a WWE fan or what have you, just because someone's critical of the wrestling or whatever doesn't mean they hate the company. Like,
no, not at all.
Right. But that's the thing, is a lot of people can forget that is just because someone might tell you, like, you know, maybe straighten up and fly right doesn't mean that they hate you. Like,
no,
let's not just jump to conclusions and cliffs with this shit.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about a couple seconds ago, Nick, of, you know, people have accused you and I of being, you know, haters at times, both companies actually.
Right.
But
I wish I was on either company's payroll, to be honest.
But I mean, again, when we're saying, man, they're really fucking up Jay White. Man, I really wish they booked Jay White better. Man, I don't like what's happening with Jay White. And people are like, oh, you just hate AEW. You don't get it. And then Jay White comes out and goes, I don't like it either. So does Jay White hate AEW? He signed there.
Right. Well, and is that a precursor for a guy like Ospreay going there, which ever bless? I see your comment. We did answer that earlier, my guy. Maurice, what up? Corey, what up? If you got to take a shot at me for entrances. It's in picture. But is this a warning sign almost for like a guy like Ospreay? Like, is it interesting that you had him come out, like, regardless of how you feel it's an announcement, a big announcement, how you feel about Ospreay signing, that you did it, and then you're going to let him finish up 2 months with New Japan before he shows up really on AEW television?
Again, I think this was a big deal that they signed him. However, I think if they could have just shut their mouths and waited, don't tell anybody that he signed a contract. Actually, let the rumors leak that he's probably going to WWE. Call Meltzer up. Hey, Meltz, I need you to do something. I need you to tell the world that we think Ospreay's going to the dub, and have everybody whispering, everybody buzzing. Then he finishes his New Japan dates, and then it becomes a ticking time bomb. And then when he pops up in the ring and hits somebody out of nowhere, everybody comes unglued.
Hey, it's almost like they have that exact same thing going on with their own company right now without signing anybody, and it's already getting leaked out that he might have already re-signed with MJF, which granted has still gotten everybody talking of, did he actually re-sign? Is he not? What could happen? This, that, and the third. Sometimes just leave well enough alone. You didn't need to. That's the thing to me. I still think it was a steal. It's almost better than how people view the Jay White signing of you. Everybody kind of thought Jay White was more to WWE than Ospreay was, and that he signed with AEW. I think that was a coup. I think them getting Ospreay is a bigger name around because WWE's been actively trying to get him. But regardless of that, I think bring him in, and then you've got 2 months of a layover before he shows up. You could have waited.
Yeah, to me, it screams of Tony's immaturity as a booker, his immaturity as a company head, to not be able to handle it and just go, okay, you know what? We got this deal done. You're not going to wrestle. You're going to finish out your dates with New Japan anyway. But everything seems to get leaked out of AEW. And again, I think that Tony does his wrestlers a disservice when you put out a big announcement like he did. Oh, and he was right. One of the most respected wrestlers in the world, one of the best in the world. He was right, but it gets the imagination running, and that's where you can disappoint. So under promise, over deliver, and you'll do your fan base and the world a better service.
I will agree with you and disagree with you at the same time here. In the sense of, yes, he does kind of like every major announcement from Tony Khan. We've seen this all the time lately, and you get excited it's a big thing. It's on the, thumbnail for the video and everything like that. And it ends up being, the pre-sale tickets are on now. It ends up being at times the kid who cried wolf. Now, also though, at the same time, what you said about how it leads to disappointment because the expectations get built and everything.
Right.
That can just happen on its own, as we've kind of seen, and granted through no fault of their own, but WWE with the CM Punk idea of him showing up. Like, this was booked months in advance in Chicago before Punk ever got fired, unless Punk has just been a sleeper cell, like Vince agent the whole time in AEW.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. That's it. Right. The old Russo trick.
They're making up the Russo theory for Punk now.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I mean, again, I think it's a great big deal, but like anything else, and if anyone out there, and I know a lot of you are, including us too, are big sports fans. How many times have we seen big name signing, and then you wait all off season, and season kicks off, and he just doesn't have the right chemistry, or you're not playing him properly, and that big signing suddenly doesn't seem so big. So it will be on Tony to have a fucking plan and deliver. You got to bring him in better than you did Jay White.
Fair enough. I was just going to make a joke and say, what is Josh McDaniels in any head coaching position?
Amen. Right?
Right. Or wait, for the hockey fans, what is Mike Babcock in head coaching?
Amen. Position? Yeah. Or anytime the Leafs sign somebody, this is our year. No, not
right.
Yet. No.
Eric, do you think Survivor Series should go back to Thanksgiving night? No. That is strictly football.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you watch the football, you almost get some wrestling in it too.
It's true. Got some today.
You were even. The ref just out here turning into Mick Foley, just out here spitting chiclets. It's coming through his nose. Oh, look,
move, my guy.
But even you were saying of the Seahawks and the 49ers game, because you got some fantasy guys in that and everything.
Yeah.
So where we were talking, belly to belly suplexes and shit like that.
As I said, even on my night off, I'm talking wrestling, trying to watch football, and the announcers, we got a wrestling match. I'm like, fuck, now I got to go live.
We say we cover more live wrestling.
Right. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? I know Dale's in the house right now. Maurice, how you doing? I like knives. Okay, I don't know why I clicked on that.
You have that.
Right.
Paul, what up?
Yeah.
What is Terrell Owens for the Buffalo Bills? No, because he was washed before we signed him. He was washed before we signed him. That man was on the fucking rinse cycle when we fucking signed him. Because even then, still after we signed him, I think he might have been before or after with the Bengals.
What happened? This match has got weird. We got another painted person. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
Another Juggalo has shown up.
We got an old Juggalo showed up. Who is that?
I don't know, and I don't care. As I've got helmets flying, I've got brawling right now between Mizzou and Arkansas right now with college football because we're waiting for Smackdown.
Yeah, Smackdown coming on very shortly. We got about 10 minutes left of the pre-show here, folks. Nick and I are peeking at, I guess, some football and some GCW.
Hey, right now, again, like you just said, we got more wrestling and football lately than we have in the ring sometimes.
Yeah, no shit. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting times. And at the end of the day, that Meltzer question is interesting. But I will say, I really like the Hangman thing. I know a lot of people, including myself, did not love the drinking of the blood spot. To me, a little too far, especially in a day and age where everyone's so conscious and concerned about,
Screw you, May
terms.
19th.
Like,
Sorry, go ahead.
shit. No,
I
that's
didn't
it.
realize you were done. No, I was just gonna say, to me, I didn't. I almost want to say this preemptively. I didn't mind the spot. I just don't want to see it. Like, I'm amazed we haven't already seen this in like a GCW show or an XPW show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that spot replicated. Like, that's a
Yeah.
one-off. You did it. You snuck it in. Don't ever do that shit again. But goddamn it, is it at least going to get talked about?
Yeah, and I mean, again, will it get talked about? Yes. Will it create buzz? And we see it every once in a while. Somebody in a death match licks their hand, or I mean, it was just that visual of.
It's still better than anything NWA did.
Yes, well, that I mean, as
The infamous NWA spot, I'd take that over the
Mhm.
NWA spot.
But Tony needs to be very mindful that the networks can be a little bit touchy. So,
Especially when you're in negotiations.
so be very careful what you're going to do there, right? So, yeah. The Family Guy talk blows my mind. It shouldn't even be a relative. If you are a competitor for the top spot in wrestling, you shouldn't be bothered by giggity giggity.
You shouldn't be bothered by Peter Griffin.
Right? Like, fuck. There's some good comments going on in the chat, though.
Well, I was going to say, there shouldn't be a 5-star match on Family Guy between Peter Griffin and a giant chicken before I see a 5-star match on AEW Dynamite.
Right? Let's go.
Ricky saying men's war games to start the show tomorrow. Is that what you think?
No, I think it's going to close the show tomorrow, especially with all the curiosity with Randy Orton, with Punk, with everything else going on. I really believe that will be the main event.
Where would you fit a Punk return in? And that's been another discussion. Even if Punk's going to show up, when do you fit it in?
There's only 2 spots. One, he could technically answer the Nakamura challenge if there is one. Nakamura comes out, runs his mouth, the music hits, everybody shits a cat, then regroups for a big war. You hope that your 10 of your biggest stars in a double cage is going to overcome the buzz. We're good. But it will also bring eyes to that main event. Now, the other way to do it, especially if Nakamura thing's not happening, if I was doing it, you could literally have I'd lean baby faces win. They're all happy and celebrating. And I think it'd be really cool if either Punk popped up at the very end to just wave and then everything goes off, or if there's actually something. Maybe Punk and Orton are in bed together. Maybe Orton takes out Jay, and then I don't know, man. But
I've thrown out the idea. I am with you on the Nakamura thing. Granted, I don't think that that's really it. I saw CJ, our buddy in the Discord, throwing out maybe he's calling out AJ Styles. I don't know what exactly Nakamura is calling out. I think that might be under delivering / elevates Nakamura at the same time. So I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But I know I pitched the idea of maybe Randy Orton gets taken out before the match. I mean, it's his first match back, and it'd be a War Games. Maybe take a little pause for the cause, and then CM Punk comes out as the 5th member, or even like you said, of match is over, baby faces win, everything like that. They're all celebrating. They've, all the grievances have been settled, and then
right,
look in my eyes.
And all he has to do is come out on the stage and have the crowd go nuts. And that's where you leave the fans. You go off the air with that cliffhanger.
I dare to say you could just play the music and not even have him come out, and you would fucking get the same reaction.
Well, shit, man. That's kind of what they did to us on Raw, where, our partner is going to be Randy Orton.
It'd be the White Rabbit.
Where is he?
Who?
But the fans still cheered, so what do I know?
Right.
But CM Punk will be there. I hope so. I really do hope so.
I hope so, just because some men want to watch the world burn, Mr. Wayne.
But
at the same time, just for the sake of getting this be the wrestling boom that everybody, that even us, have talked about. 100%. Just fuck it, keep it going.
Right.
What's your favorite pay-per-view on WWE? Like of all time or currently, or like
Currently,
if
what?
you had to look at
This year?
greatest show like of a specific pay-per-view, it's Lineage. I don't know.
Growing up, I was always a huge fan of either Survivor Series or Rumble. Those were my two. I
I was
mean,
gonna say if
Mania's
we're
Mania.
yeah, I mean if we're not gonna go Mania, I'd say Rumble. I always like the
Rumble's,
Rumble because you still get that
yeah.
surprise, even if you watched it 100 times.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong with that at all. But I liked the Survivor Series when I was a kid. I liked seeing like, the 4-on-4s, the traditional matches, and everybody kind of had a beef with everybody and the way they used to do it, right? There was story going into it all. And as a kid, you were like, yeah, go Team Snake or go Team fucking Hogan or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, see, fair enough. And that's 100% valid. I think I was just more of, I'd always watched those, like the Survivor Series on VHS or whatever like that. Like if I was ever trying to like find out what happened, and this is just being the gluttony of, I don't know how much you had it in Canada versus in the US. So literally I'm just flipping a couple channels and I'm bouncing back around and everything. But the Fall Brawl on WCW, even when you had like Team Hogan, and they're all painted like in GI Joe and everything like that, versus the Legion of Doom, because at least like to me then you still had the War Games. It was still kind of similar concept that we get now, but to me that was just always pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. What else we got in this chat? Folks, welcome. We are about 2 minutes away from the start of SmackDown tonight. We're looking forward to what the Go Home show will bring. For those who don't know, it is on FS1 tonight. And right now we are kind of peeking in at the ending of GCW as Billy Starks is taking on Christian.
Like Christian.
I almost called him Christian Cage.
No, who arguably is way better in GCW. Well, I wouldn't even say arguably. Is non-debatable. Way better in GCW than he is in any bit of Ring of Honor or any bit of AW. Same thing, granted, with Billy Starks. I know some people like Dominion shit with Athena and everything.
Yeah.
But this is what I've always liked with GCW of they still, like, your world title match is not always just blood, guts, death, and gore and all of that shit. It's not a death match constantly. Like, you can have a good fucking match, and it's had a recent history of being intergender, by the way.
Yes, facts. But Alexis is back with us. See, Money's in the house. Smile Mark's with us now. Christian's shown up. Corey, Vance, Easy Bake, Daniel,
Jerry, what up?
Jerry, new face.
Scott becoming a member for 4 months. Appreciate it, my guy. Mercedes Monet and Punk at Survivor Series. Oh my, I don't think Mercedes shows up.
Well, again, more rumbles, more rumors, more funny shit. But, you get Bailey puts out a tweet with Sasha in the picture and says, there's always a plan B. You're like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Can you valet a Mercedes in Chicago, or does it just get stolen?
It just gets robbed.
It just gets stolen. You need to find that shit on bricks.
But again, I mean, the magnitude and the potential of, okay, AEW gets Osprey. What if Punk shows up? What if, Randy Orton is back and he's healthy, which the reports are that he is. What if they bring back Sasha? Just say, fuck it. Like, literally, the potential oh my God moments from both of these companies are a lot. We're almost spoiled.
Oh, this is 100%. And it's so interesting to me to see fan bases almost try and be as much divided as they can be. Sorry, where are you?
I got then.
I have a commercial. Oh, now
all right, folks.
I got then right now.
You got then right now. right now.
Then I got now. How now, brown cow? I have
right now. All right, folks. We are kicking off SmackDown. If you don't know, you should know. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We thank you for joining our family here tonight. Make sure you get in the chat, say hello, don't be shy. And this should be a fun one as Nick and I take you through the Go Home show and know what the beautiful thing is?
No Rampage.
No Rampage. He knew right away. We're like, woo!
No unnecessary nightcap. It instead is going head to head with Coliseum to quote Tony Storm again, against Survivor Series.
Dun, 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 dun.
But John, what up? Barry, what up? Blood Ninja, what? I'm just going to call you N64.
Seems a little tamer.
Right, a
So,
little bit. Then now together forever with copious vitamins.
Wait, quick question.
A cornucopia to keep it in
Right.
the Thanksgiving spirit.
Quick question. Blood Ninja, any relation to Adam Page? Just curious. You figure it out.
No,
not you. I know you do. Bobby, ringside in the house. How you doing?
I was like, I didn't know how to solve riddles here. Riddle me this, Batman.
Right. I got the women in the back, by the way. But what if Mickey James is the backup plan? I like it. It could work. But then who's
my
out?
prediction, my premonition would be validated. I can then say I know things because I finally
11 months
at one point. I said something at one point, and I was right at the end.
Right,
11 months in the news, Zero News. There's a lot of wrestling fucking news leak shit that does shit like that.
Right.
I found a one nut. Pause.
I like it. The Vampire Cowboy. Is Sheamus back? Sheamus is supposed to be back this month, so.
Now, I've also heard that they're going to add the injury time to his contract.
Probably.
Allegedly.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Fair enough.
Somebody asked, and maybe we should touch on this real quick, we're still getting the replay from last week. A lot of people talking about Jey Uso coming out making his comments about being the best tag team in the world, and if you really want to come up here, you got to be me, and kind of called out the Young Bucks, and some people took offense to it, which I saw Bully Ray's response.
Tell me what I'm telling lies. Well, I saw Bully's comment more towards Dax, actually. Now, was it Dax Harwood or Dax Hardwood? Or is it Dax the Axe? I don't know which one to call this man now. Dax the Axe? Okay. But I saw Bully kind of go at him because he put out like his list of like top 10 tag teams of all time and no Team 3D.
Well, fuck, right? Like, I mean, again, and if you want to talk about the Bucks, we can beat that argument to death.
We can go a different way. But yeah, I think valid though, Usos over Bucks, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm laughing. We're getting an audience picture, and the first sign I see is I just mizzed my pants.
I just do me dirty Dom. So I don't know who picked the worst sign between me or KJ.
Here comes. Is it funny that Becky's like the one that merged over, the last one to show up? She's the one that gets the entrance music.
She's there, Randy Orton.
She's the star of the group. How did this happen?
100%.
I'm shocked.
Well, is it interesting though that we had all this talk, all this thought, all this, debate about the potential of a Bianca heel turn and everything? And are we getting close? We're getting teases of it. And now she's clearly fucking babyface.
Maybe she turns at War Games. Let's find out.
She's gonna just turn again like Asuka?
Why not? We've been waiting. Why is there a disco
What's with the giant disco ball?
This night's kicking off already. We told you. It's a feel-good Black Friday and all expenses paid.
Right. Well, just so we can get all the lines in here early of Curtis saying over under number of commercial breaks 9. I'm taking the over hard on that.
Over.
I mean, easy.
We're going to have to push that line next week. But, yeah, I think we're going to get 10, 11, maybe 12.
Right.
Sad.
Matthew, what up? Job saying, what's up, wrestling fam? I saw Anthony in there. I saw Brandon. What up?
What up?
Why is Becky allowed to be there? Don't worry, Nick Aldis is going to show up and throw her ass out of here.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll explain it or they'll just let it be. Well, like she went to NXT and then she could just,
I just want to know why the disco ball. I don't give a fuck why Becky's here. I want to know about that disco ball.
Yeah, what is up with the? Is that
what's up with that?
Did the Yes Guys now have a disco ball as part of their?
By the way, fun fact: you're probably already looking at basically the Survivor Series setup because this is, I think, San Marino, obviously same city.
Yeah, I believe so.
And this is also the same show that when AEW was trying to do 2-for-1 ticket sales and everything, that WWE was having a knockdown stage to open up more ticket sales.
Yeah. Christian said, as I said before tonight on SmackDown, Adam Pearce is going to invite Team Rhodes and Team Judgment Day to start chaos to humiliate and embarrass Nick Aldis. I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
no.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna just say you can be polite about it. I'm gonna just say no.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Dale. My guess. Yes, guys have a disco ball. There we go. They
What the
installed
fuck?
that giant disco ball just for the yes guys.
That disco ball weighs more than both of them fucking paired up together.
It's a gigantic balls. Gigantic balls.
Right? Where's the Miz? That's what the Miz
It's
needs.
for the Miz.
It's this gigantic ball. Plus
12 push commercials. I hope not, but maybe. Yeah, there you
I
go.
mean, yeah, think about it. We've had so far really one match advertised, and we're starting off the show with a promo. This is going to be your Sunday Night Heat SmackDown.
Oh yeah, this is all amp up for tomorrow. And again, you can love it or hate it, but we talked about it with the other company sometimes of like you're putting some of your dudes that are supposed to be in big spots on your pay-per-view on your weekly show, and they're going ham.
They put them in pre-shows on the pay-per-view. Like this is what makes up for them not really having a pre-show. They have a pre-show panel.
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
all right.
Enough of that.
Chauncey, let's never do that again. Let's never speak about that again.
Anyone else watching? Chauncey's a bit manic.
No, that's not even manic, dude. That's like unsettling. Like,
that's too funny.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in.
She should come out to that. That would work.
No, well, you'd have to get Corgan to sign off on it. Give him the CW deal, and he'll sign off on it.
Okay, she's too much.
No, but that's the thing is that 100% though. This was never Shotzi in NXT. This was never Shotzi ever before.
It's too much.
WWE television. This is just her. Like, you're gonna just go out there and be like the horror Beavis and Butthead. Like, what the fuck? A little
bit. You fucking team her up with Thea Hale.
They got in that Tony stash.
Have them managed by James Mitchell.
Oh god.
Oh, come on.
Call them the Stiff Patrol.
What's up, Matthew? By the way, I saw your hello.
Here comes Bailey.
Jacob Henry's in the house.
Jacob Henry.
It's really interesting that they're showing the Survivor Series setup already. It really is.
I said, Sunday Night Heat.
They're like, we're not setting this bitch up.
Where Val Venus and D'Lo Brown and the gang and Al Snow got over.
Right. What's up, KJ Nick? Did you hear Camille is going to be a free agent in 2024? Jacob, I have heard that. It's very interesting because my knock on Camille is she had a great run, but I would argue that she was kind of a star unto herself. And I'll be curious where she goes from there. And what can she do?
People say that like Jade's stiff in the ring and can't go and everything. Respectfully, I know a lot of people like Camille. To me, she's kind of like, yeah, she's the Terminator. Yeah, she's 100%. I think she's AW bound if she goes anywhere outside of NWA.
It'd be very interesting. And again, we'll see. She's either going to rise to the star that she is, or she'll be lost in the shuffle. Is it interesting Bailey comes out by herself, or her friend's going to jump in from behind?
Yes, and maybe yes. But I was just going to say with Camille, though, like if you put Camille in here right now, where does she slot? Does she slot above where you even say a drop of Jade Cargill?
I don't know. Like her, like I need to see her. Like, and I've watched a lot of Camille matches, and they're not. I haven't seen a Camille match and thought that might be one of the matches of the year, one of the best women's matches of the year.
I can't wait to watch more of this and want to watch this woman's work.
Yeah, a little bit, right? She's wearing an Asuka t-shirt though. I found that interesting.
Yeah, you got to fit in.
Yeah, fit in those pants. Anyway,
Oh,
Shotzi sounds weird. Shotzi sounds ridiculous.
yeah. She sounds like everybody else got to be them to an extent. Shotzi's playing a character.
It does. It doesn't feel naturally her. Uh-oh,
All right,
Charlotte causing
Charlotte.
trouble.
I know Montgomery Burns is about shave them sideburns, but I'm getting thrown off by Charlotte's fucking collar here. Yeah, it's like gonna be like a fucking villain here. If it's gonna just go past her ears and shit.
I think we're gonna get a tag match, player.
Oh, I was gonna say, Beck. I think though the last time that you did anything like this and Nia Jax was signed here, you ended up leaving with a bloody ass broken nose face. So maybe we don't do that again.
Yeah, you might want to
hang learned back. Once, lightning strike once. You can't strike twice.
And I don't care what people say. Bayley's excellent.
Yes, she is. And she's good in the ring and on the mic too.
Absolutely. I'm a pugger.
What?
I'm a hugger.
You mother pugger.
Oh, here we go. That's a long fucking pathway. Look how far.
Yeah, but it'll look good on premium live event. It's gonna look ass on a fucking
fuck.
They just played the music, they didn't even have it coming out.
And Corey Graves is back in the house, by the way.
Man with the orange suit for no reason.
Honest. Look at Bayley sucking up, wearing an Asuka shirt. Yeah, she's in trouble. She's in a pickle. And I think Dakota Kai is the new leader of Damage Control moving forward. She's the one pulling all the strings behind this.
Really?
Yes. They're just letting her heal.
I'll take Io.
Like as leader?
Yes.
Okay.
Asuka, Kyrie, Dakota's, I think she just managed to hop along to get along much quicker than Bayley.
I really think that Dakota's come into her own, especially as of late. I think she's done really well, and I truly think that she's going to step up.
Yeah, she's clapping. She's been great clapping.
Well, I mean, she can't help the fact that her knee blew.
Right, 75 times. Like, what? Respectfully, in the last 2 years, she's just been a great clapper. Good at clapping.
Yeah, maybe, but I think with the persona that she's found while being injured and being with Bayley and such. And again, you remember she is we're getting a vignette package for including clips of Randy Orton.
Yeah, well, they've got him in there, and still, anytime you've got Ozzy, and that's just cool. They have the visual, and you just hear the echo in the background. Generals gathered in their masses.
Dun dun dun. Anthony, welcome. I can't help it. But
I thought you were doing the music.
Sorry.
No, I said sorry. I thought you were doing the music, so I apologize.
I was.
Okay.
I made a little surprise that the Judgment Day are coming out next. But yes, folks, this should be a very Survivor Series story-driven kind of evening. But are we getting a tag match now?
No.
Apparently. What's up, John?
Yeah, because it's just Rhea. Of course, Rhea shows up because she's the goddamn leader. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we are getting the tag team title match play a holla, holla, holla. Right now. Oh, this does not bode well for the Street Profits.
No, actually.
No. But so then what's the main event? It's going to be fucking chaos. It's going to be a pull apart of both 10-man teams, 100%. Anarchy.
The men in the ring, the women in the back.
It's going to look like everyone's fucking Thanksgiving family dinner yesterday of just ends in a fucking pull apart.
Right. And all this in the middle of one group. Fucking Scrap Daddy in the middle of the other.
Pot shots. Why am I blanking on his goddamn name?
Aldis?
Scrap Daddy.
Oh, Pierce.
Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say the Adam Aldis accidentally clocks pierce, and then we get even the fucking GMs going at it.
I want the GMs to go at it. Let's go. But folks, we will take a prediction. If you're new here, we take a prediction on every match. And tomorrow, our pretty prediction championship is on the line, as we will take your predictions. Remember, the earlier you get there, the better chance you have to win. So don't be late.
What?
I agree, Anthony, about the idea that all that star power, and if you look at the 10 women in this match, and when people down talk the WWE women's wrestling and the women's division, you look at the 10 people or the 10 women in this alone, in the War Games alone, just those 10, not a bunch of the other ones. I mean, it's hard to compete with. That's a lot of talent.
Oh, absolutely. I still question if you could just do a regular Survivor Series match.
No, dude. Fuck. You got to let it go. It's part of the norm. It's the
I know, like I said, I kind of almost had to do it just to fucking gotta stay with the gimmick. But yeah, no. Right? At this point, I'm excited for them to have a War Games match. 100%.
I think it's gonna be fun. And again,
well, like I said, you have to space it out though. You have to have one start the show and one end the show, and you very much have to age it of, well, that match is doing that spot, so maybe you don't do that spot.
Was it last year that the women's main evented, or was it the year before? Fact checkers out there.
Fact checkers, let us know, because vitamins.
What was cringe about the segment? I'm curious. What's your take? My guy? Becky is not terrible.
Like, granted, we talked during like the promos, so we can't exactly speak for the promos themselves. We just kind of were talking about the concept.
Boston's got some. Oh, you took your glass off, Nick. You traitor!
What?
You softened her. Hey, Boston, send Nick some Blue Chew.
Double and quadruple pause on that. Why the hell was that your first thought, my guy?
Well, because you softened on your argument.
Now Boston feels betrayed. Hold on. Time out here. But the initial was everybody was going at me for my argument and everything, and then now
except Boston. Now Boston's an
last
island.
Man standing. Fine.
Boston's an island unto himself now.
I'll be your what's
never let go, Jack.
Hawaiian island. I'll be like we're like the trio of islands with Hawaii there. Yeah, the main island. I guess I'll be the main island, and then we got
the fucking island. Bermuda Triangle.
100%. That's what it's become now.
Becky is terrible on the mic. I do not agree with that, my guy. I think Becky's okay on the mic. I do not think she's terrible. I think she conveys herself pretty well. This, however, accurate as fuck. Like, there's
that got cringe.
It was horrible. It felt so forced.
It reminded you, again, to quote a great quote from Gunther of when he's talking about like the Miz and everything, of an age of wrestling that was the dark times, was the best of times, was the blurst of times. That right there with Shotzi reminded me of that. If it seemed so forced, it seems so Vince McMahonish to bring up that term, even though that's the ghost of wrestling past now. But that doesn't seem like something that Hunter's putting out there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she said, "I'm going to be this crazy girl," but then you look at, I mean, you can debate it, but you have these 3 stars standing next to her that all do a pretty clean job of delivering what they have to deliver. I feel that Bianca's gotten better over time. I used to criticize her a lot more than I do now. And then she kind of grabs the mic and I can't wait. And you're like, go back to Halloween.
If you wanted to judge that promo, you had A-lister, straight to Walmart bin.
Yeah. Welcome,
respectfully. And we like Shotzi.
Yo, what's happening on SmackDown right now, bro?
I got an advertisement for the NFL. So
right now I'm getting a slow motion pan of the crowd. Like, did the Canadian feed come back early? Now I'm backstage.
I just had slow motion NFL advertisement. I just had that with football in front of it.
We're in the back with damage control, but I cannot hear a word they're saying.
Oh, I got you then, my guy. So
the NXT main event. Thank you. I knew the women went last on one of the shows. Okay, but now my shit just froze altogether.
Oh, I've got them talking about being in a tag match, and oh, so they're saying who's going to be in the match tonight, I guess, for Damage Control.
Yeah, 2-on-2.
Yeah, it's going to be Bailey and Asuka, and I guess what would work with what you were saying earlier about Dakota being the closet hand pause that runs the show here is she's kind of become like the translator, because Kyrie, Io, and Asuka obviously are going to just talk amongst each other in Japanese, and then Dakota becomes like the translator. She's the voice of the group.
Yeah, what do you have happening on your show right now?
I right now have the Street Profits coming out.
Yeah, there was a glitch on the feed, and now I'm behind. That's funny as hell. It came out of commercial early and then went back into it. We'll see what happens when I come back out.
It turned an outie to an innie.
Yeah, pretty much. Son of a bitch. Wouldn't it be
No,
something?
wait, no. By the way, Curtis, that does not count as 2 commercial breaks.
No bonus.
Right.
Wouldn't it be something if McDonough comes down and helps Finn and Damian and ends up costing them the titles, causing dissension amongst Judgment Day? It could be something. I don't think so. I thought if it was in the main event, I think there was a chance, but I think you want them going into War Games with all the belts.
See, I halfway agree with you on that, in the sense of that I almost felt like this should have been the main event, because I felt like this lends to what you go off the air with, of this ends with team can't beat Roman, comes down and causes a fuck up or whatever, tries to cause dissension with Judgment Day, everything like that, ends up turning into a pull apart brawl and everything like that, and just no contest, what have you, or if anything, Profits win by DQ, whatever the fuck. But it ends to the pull apart brawl at the end of the show, and that's how you go off the air. Of folks, make sure you tune in tomorrow night when we're here live for Survivor Series, as these 10 men are going to go at it in the steel cage.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I'm trapped in the world's longest commercial. I don't know what the fuck.
Fair enough. I guess, well, though, I'm just a sucker for like the JRs and the ways of like, that's how it always was, though, of like,
yeah, you got to
so make sure you're always selling at the end of the show to the pay-per-view.
No, 100%.
I've got Damien and Dawkins right now in the ring. Big back elbow from Damien as he curtsies to Montez.
Curtsies. This is the funniest shit.
So, folks, if you haven't done so already, let us know your predictions, who you got taking the tag titles home tonight. Obviously, this is interesting, though, that I guess, like we talked about a bit of, this is the first half hour of SmackDown, and you're running unabated. You have no competition, no follow-up, no nothing. Like, trust me, people are tuning into this after watching the fucking Jets and Dolphins game. They're tuning into this to watch something halfway competitive. But I've got Finn and Dawkins right now in the ring as Lashley's watching as B-Fab. B-Fab is taller than Bobby Lashley. What the fuck?
Heels, my guy.
I know, but still, goddamn. Like, why does every pro wrestler, by the way, look at their screen sideways? Like, is that the clue, like, the hidden secret to know if someone's good at wrestling?
Oh!
You gotta look at that shit sideways?
Okay. We're gonna have to sync up again. So something happened with our Canadian feed for sure. Because
blame Canada.
I've been
with
trapped.
Floppy beer so full of lies. Blame Canada.
I've been trapped in commercial for like 7 minutes.
That's
and then
that maple syrup.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, so I finally got back. Right now I got Damien in control, but I'm gonna grab a quick pause for the cause, and I will be right back.
Yeah, you good. As I go to commercial break right now, actually, by the way, is I've got Damian Priest standing, actually posing on the outside, and is it a funny little thing that he even does the Randy Orton pose, the hey, nothing you can say. So I find that super interesting. My FS1 isn't working. Chair, well, are you in Canada? Like KJ. And I think even probably Mega's in there too. But I am a commercial break right now, folks. So I will remind everybody as I'll pull this comment down and I'll come back to it. But 100%, as we are in the season of giving, with Thanksgiving and Christmas spirit and all of that, the holiday spirit, I'll say, not to offend anybody, but 100%. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you give us a subscribe. 100%. It's free to y'all. It does worlds for us, and 100%. While you're at the, the Thanksgiving tables, even if you're on, you're coming out of your turkey coma and everything like that, your turkey timeout, 100%. But, make sure you give the best gift of all of the gift of wrestling to your friends and family, everybody. If you're in any sort of wrestling chat, anything like that, 100%. Drop our link. Send your buddies some merch, everything like that, 100%. You can even give people some memberships, 100%. But break number 2, is this interesting? I feel like it's been more. I see your blame Cannon and race you man. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, all from the same kind of company, same production company. So fair enough. Aside from Pretty Deadly, who curtsies these days? Valid question. Do we need to somehow do a top 10 list of wrestlers who have curtsied? Because I feel like the originator that I feel, honestly, that I remember seeing that was the Hunter. It wasn't the full, like, sit down kind of curtsy, but he'd bend over and kind of do the curtsy when he was Jean-Paul Levesque and all of that. And even then when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Triple H used to curtsy. Yes, he did. Breaking news, commercial break. Not breaking news. Is the Street Profits babyface now? I don't think so. That's the very valid point with this. That is a little bit heel versus heel. I mean, Lashley and the Street Profits kind of supposed to be a heel group. So, yeah, I mean, interesting. Very interesting to think about this. And that's kind of, I guess, the roadblocks that WWE is running into now. If you've got so many storylines that you're trying to go at once, and everybody's got to be heel or be a baby face, and you don't have too many guys that can go here and too many guys that can go there. So you got this heel on heel match, you've got baby face on baby face matches, all that. As I'm back from commercial break, as I've got a tornado head kick from Damon Priest onto Montez. As Rhea Ripley right now is the only person at ringside. Did you see the ticket prices for All In? Most expensive ticket is almost $2,000 a ticket, US dollars. While A, I'm not an expert in exchange rate. B, you're buying like Uber pre-sales. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. I mean, you could always just stay at home and have the best seat in the house and watch it with us, but you do you, boo-boo. Heel on heel action, pause. Yeah, a little bit. War Games is on. No, Brett. No, that's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is War Games. Oh, that's a good guys combination there from Dawkins. Dawkins is a bit underrated here. Hits that kind of tornado splash in the corner on Finn, and then follows it up with a step up Enziguri, and then splashes Priest. Got Balor up on his shoulders, tagging it forward. Could we see new champs? Super blockbuster from Montez onto Finn. 2-2-2 count. Oh, as even I like a little bit how they had in the background. You had Rhea who was willing to jump in and cause the distraction there. Now managed. Now maybe if she was there a little bit before the 2 count, might have worked a little bit better, but still, nice little touch. As Ford going up top, are we going for the 5-star frog splash? Everybody talks about best spear in the business. Who has the best frog splash in the business? Sling Blade. Seeing the band Living Color did another version of Cult of Personality for CM Punk, so he's returning somewhere. Potentially, or maybe it's going to be another couple months, like how Rev Theory did a new theme for Orton, and then it took a couple months before he came out. I still think it would be fantastic, though, if CM Punk came out. Even if he just comes out, he does the Jeff Hardy. He comes out and he just sits on the top of the cage and everything and blows kisses or what have you. Oh, that was a little sloppy jalopy, but the sky high 3D. Oh, Finn breaks it up. I thought they could have won it right there. That was a little kidding. Oh, yeah. Well, they're even having a cover on commentary of how Priest kind of didn't take all of that. That was a little sloppy jalopy, but that's still a super impressive move of you're taking the best of the Dudley Boys and the best of D'Lo Brown and combining them. Oh, Ford Super King and everybody. Now that my New York Rangers beat the Flyers earlier today, let's see if tomorrow if my Ohio State Buckeyes can beat the Michigan Wolverines. Well, Christian, I hate to disappoint, but I'm going to take the Michigan Wolverines to beat the Ohio State Buckeyes because I think they're just going to be motivated by controversy here. No, it wasn't even a tombstone. It was just a front slam in the position of a tombstone. The coup de grace from Finn onto Ford for the 1-2-3. I don't like that finish. I mean, I get the result, but I don't like that finish. As Bobby's losing his mind when did he get a glass of wine? Did he pause for the cause and just pour himself a glass of Merlot? What happened here? So you're reigning, defending, retaining tag team champions in WWE are the Judgment Day. As even Rhea's the one up in Montez Ford's face talking shit. She is 100% the leader of this faction, and to me, the star of Monday Night Raw. On SmackDown, you have Roman Reigns. On Monday Night Raw, you have Rhea Ripley. That's where you build your show around. That's your focal point. That's your sun in the fucking solar system. B-Fab got some guns and some heels. If she's out there, like KJ said, taller than Bobby. As we've got everybody backstage right now on the team babyface of Becky, Shotzi, Bianca, and Charlotte.
And a huge assist goes to Rhea on that win. So
there you go.
I don't love Profits doing a job, but they did get screwed. So very interesting how that will play out maybe in the future. Becky and Charlotte not getting along.
Well, that's been the nice little halfway subtle touch, but much like we've seen with Jay and Randy, of how Jay's the one that put Randy out of action in a sense of he was there with the bloodline. Of Charlotte and Becky clearly don't get along, and Bianca's having to play peacemaker.
So it's gonna be Charlotte and Becky versus Bayley and Asuka tonight. Shotzi reminds me of a ferret. Yeah, kindergarten cop over here.
Yeah. Now, who is your daddy and what does he do? Hop 2, 3, 4. It's not a tumor. It's
not. Disagree, Damien. But we'll see you tomorrow. Go Blue. What did Damien say?
Oh, they were talking about Ohio State versus Michigan. So who you got? I took Michigan. Oh, United Front.
There you go. Got to go Blue.
Pause. Is that just because it's Friday?
It may be. Lashley is drinking wine from 1978. Okay.
It's a nice.
That's a good vintage.
Right, it's good vintage. Good vintage.
Not bad match. I'm honestly surprised that they put Priest and Finn in a match the night before War Games. I'm not that surprised about the match, especially because it was so meh. It was a bit of a throwaway match. I'm a little surprised that the Street Profits were booked in a like. I think Damian and Finn could have went over anybody on your roster. Street Profits kind of haven't really hit the gas pedal on this relaunch of the Hurt Business yet.
I think you're building up long term of tag teams on SmackDown, tag teams on Raw, feeling like they're held down because they have to compete for the same belt.
A little bit.
I think it's going to still harken back to that. We split the things.
Yeah. No, I think it needs to be split sooner than later. 0-1, 1-0. I'm off to a great start.
Sorry, I was going to make a joke here with this of Lashley drinking wine out of his birth year.
There you go. That's not far off, probably.
Right.
Shotzi's a porcupine. Fair enough.
Reminds me of like the Family Feud answer of like, what's something that would come after pork? Cupine.
That's one of the best ever. Cupine. What is cupine?
Good answer.
What is cupine?
And even Steve's just like, this man said cupine.
Break number 3.
I still don't call fair on that. How do you feel? You took a pause. Is this actually commercial break number 3?
I think so. I feel like my commercial break number 2 was like
20 yeah, you had break number 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Orton's got a reason to turn on both Jay and Cody. He also sucks as a babyface, so odds are good he cost them the match at the end. Why, Randy? Why? Cliffhanger. Highly possible, Daniel. And I wouldn't say he sucks as a babyface, but he's better as a heel.
Yeah, well, he just kind of has a prick face. Like, no offense, but yeah, he just kind of looks like an asshole.
Yeah, you need the,
he's a fantastic villain, I'll say that.
Amazing villain, amazing. So yeah, I really want to see how this plays out as we set it up. Like, it could shock the world. Like, he could slide in the ring, and because he is coming off the injured reserve, hit an RKO and then roll out and not come back. Like, that could be his participation.
Hits an RKO on like Jay.
And then just bounces. Thank you.
But even then, now we've talked, well, at least I've mentioned about how with Tony Khan will just kind of have announcements to make announcements. WWE kind of pulls away from the announcements, but there's enough buzz with this show. Like, I feel like people are going to just tune in just to see what if.
Because the WWE is quiet and they keep shit to themselves. It's a guessing game constantly with all of this.
100%. Just because you're quiet doesn't mean you ain't doing business.
That's it, right? And again, they don't feel the need, like a Tony, to continually show their hand. Like, they're a much better poker player. Again, It feels like they're playing chess and Tony's playing checkers.
Right.
But we're getting a almost said Draglistico.
Dragon Lee.
Close.
That your new Rey Mysterio.
There you go. And they even show
there's been the next luchador set up to be Rey Mysterio more than there have been Cleveland Browns quarterbacks, I feel.
Yeah, they even show Ray giving him the rub and mentioning, Ray likes him. You all should like him.
Right. The guy you likes him, so you should like him too.
Do we see any interference tonight? Probably. I don't expect this tag match to go smooth. Right? But yeah, I don't expect this tag match tonight to go smooth at all. I think there's going to be bumps in the road. And again, it's funny because when we talk about the men's and the women's, you would assume that you would tag your marketing dollars to the men's War Games, and they seem to have tagged their marketing dollars and their endorsement money to the women's War Games with the Ruffles deal. So that, to me, is interesting.
Never double dip. And also, do you think it could be that, well, this one's solidified enough as it is. So let's take our time and build the one that maybe needs some more build. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think that's a luxury to have.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I find it interesting. I don't really know what the mindset was because my assumption, again, like you kind of always you tag on your, your serials to Rey Mysterio because he's big between, the 5s and 14s. But we're gonna get KO up next.
Now, do I have to pause just because you have to come out and walk out to do the segment, or can
Right.
I pause and then this is just you talking to
Right.
Waller?
Talking about me.
I want to talk about me. Want to talk about want to talk about number one on my me.
But here,
What in the blue raspberry fucking panther did he have to fucking
wearing
skin to
Seth's
make
fucking
this
Cookie
one?
Monster toe, bro. That's
Yeah,
Seth
the
jacket.
Cookie Monster was a snake. That's what we never knew. That's the history all along.
Ooh. AJ saying Thanksgiving movie is awesome.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
Austin Theory comes out.
Get out of here.
What are you doing in my swamp?
You expect both of these men to get knocked out very shortly. But will they add this match to Survivor Series, perhaps? Oh, look, Theory.
You do a 2-on-1 versus KO match, and then these guys just jobbity job.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, very interesting, but I did not expect this. But for those who cannot see what I can see, Austin
Look in my
Theory,
eyes. What do you see?
Austin Theory is done up like KO, acting like KO. Dale knew it was coming.
By the way, done up by KO just means he put on a KO shirt and came out to his music.
Yeah.
He's not like out here with like a beard or anything.
You're looking a little winded. Oh, you weren't getting away with it that easy.
Right. Well, I guess then on that note, I'll let you have your moment.
Nick's going to grab a pause for the cause, folks. We are rolling through. KO coming out to the ring perplexed, and we will see what he has to say. KJ, did Austin Theory call to borrow your beard for the spot? Hey, look at that man's face. He definitely didn't call for my beard. What's your name? I like this, folks. I like this. In my opinion, heels going over in the women's War Games match, and the faces going over in the men's War Games match. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think I do. I can imagine Grayson Waller trash talking Blackhawks fans about Patrick Kane got traded to the Rangers. Maybe. I feel like that might not be the top of. I mean, a year ago, that might have been a really good joke, but maybe. Especially because he's on the shelf. Those are my shorts. He went through my bag, you creep. I swear Waller sings C is for Cookie. I'm going to laugh like crazy. Well, we already had that earlier this week, so that's twice. Doubling up. Cookie. Kevin Owens lost weight. Kevin Owens looking good. Both of them. Good heel. Here comes real KO, 100%. KO finally hit the gym. Leave my mans alone. Word of advice to Grayson Waller: wear a Blackhawks jersey and jersey. You're in Chicago, not Sesame Street. Yeah, but I don't expect the heel to wear the hometown jersey. I really don't, unless he plans to take it off and step on it. Plus, I'm mad at the Blackhawks anyway. And LA Knight is here. What? Now, LA Knight and Kevin Owens together will be very interesting. When do they announce who gets the advantage? I don't know. I think they'll have to announce that over the next 24 hours. I believe they're doing a vote for it. This match is not indicative. The main event will not have a factor in it, I do not believe. Did KO use Nutrisystem or something? He looks ripped. Definitely looks ripped. Let me talk to ya. It's LA Knight in the building. And by the way, SmackDown is packed tonight. Packed. It would really be cool if Kevin Owens and LA Knight were to feud over the U.S. title for WrestleMania. Their promos would be fire. Real, I like that idea. I mean, if KO goes heel to take on an LA Knight for a belt, I think it works very well. Absolutely. Let me talk to you. Yeah. oh. Yeah. Crowd loving it. Yeah. Fisher Price Toys presents the WWE CNC. LA Knight says, yeah. Big Nick says, what? I can imagine the loud boos Waller is going to get if he wears Packers jersey in Chicago. Yeah, that'd probably work a little better. Let me talk to you. Everyone feeling it, folks. Keep this chat going. Keep it going. Your opinion doesn't matter. What is happening in this segment? Waller saying they should go punch them. Probably a bad choice. Yeah. KO asking LA Knight if he would like to throw the first punch. LA obliges, and out goes Waller. Out goes Siri. And I got a feeling we're going to get a match as they dismantle the Waller effect. Plants flying everywhere. We haven't seen this much plant abuse since Jon Moxley was in the WWE. Let me talk to you. Look, people love in LA. Got that one. LA Knight is a goat. Getting there. I mean, might be a little early, but he's definitely sitting on top of the mountain. Yeah, A-Town Clown. Yeah, the douchebags get tossed aside, so we will see. Fun segment for sure. A conversation between Steve Austin and LA Knight. Let me talk to you. What? I said, let me talk to you. What? Are you talking to me? Yeah. Who? What? Me? Yeah. Who? What about Mitch the Plant? Exactly. 3 out of 3 first so far. Fair enough. There's gonna be a tag team match when we get back on TV. Daniel, I agree. Looks like it's gonna be LA Knight and KO taking on the douchebags. I would love to see LA Knight calling Grayson Waller and Austin Theory Cookie Monster and Kangaroo Jackass. There you go. Good segment. Damian liking it. I haven't seen this much plant abuse since Woodstock. Nice. I'll give you that one. That's funny. Commercial break number 4. Curtis keeping us up to date on the commercials, folks. While we're in a commercial, I will remind everybody we are back at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Survivor Series War Games. It's going to be a fun one. Again, not a whole lot of extra matches on the card for tomorrow. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's going to be a fun show. Lots of speculations, lots of rumors, lots of question marks. So we have to tune in, and no better place than to watch it here at the Wrestling for Life Network with us. And then, of course, we're back at it all week long. We watch more live wrestling here than anybody else out there. So thank you for joining us on this holiday weekend, and we appreciate it. Hope you are having a wonderful one, as I'm getting a replay from last Friday. A-Town Clown. LA Knight would be a world champion. There's argument to be made, Eric Tate, that he should be a world champion. And he definitely has the means to be that champion. He definitely has the ability to challenge that title. I know he had his shot, but I mean, I feel like it's something that should continue to go. Now, I'm really curious how LA Knight does against Solo. What's up, KJ and Big Nick? I'll be watching college football, Michigan versus Ohio State, and WWE Survivor Series tomorrow night. Well, Clay, good choices. Good choices. Feels like a lot of the chat are going to be heading that way. So have a good one. Yes, WWE having Moxley play the stupid doctor routine was asinine. My prize win. Focuses? Ficuses? My prize winning ficuses. Finch, stay the fuck away from those ficus. I think Dynamite / show was packed too. Dynamite, I was happy with Dynamite this week. I can't really argue too hard there, Real. I thought, you know what, the 3 Continental Classic matches were decent. I love the fact that they're doing no run-ins, no people at ringside, no overbooking, just a straight up match. You know, you might not like who wins or who loses, but at minimum, it's a straight up match. It's not overbooked. I'm still curious to see what they're going to do with the double and how that plays in it. An interesting theory is, are they dragging their feet on the double because it's going to be somebody from the WWE, which I think isn't the best of choices for Tony Khan, but we will see. George of the jungle, watch out for that tree. I don't even know where that came from. Packed with what is the question? But we're kicked it off. We've kicked it off. I will take a prediction on this match. Who do you got? KO and Mr. Yeah going up against Waller and Theory. Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Do we get a pre-show match, KJ? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Which, oddly enough, we got one in Saudi. So, as of right now, I don't believe so. And I believe there's only 5 matches announced, maybe 6, 5. Do you like the Grayson Waller effect more than the Miz TV? Yes or no? I don't like either, Damien. I think they're overdone. I don't really care for them. I like the old days where those segment shows were really quick, really small, really short, generally, you know, used to kind of build something quick and get to the point. I don't feel like they should decorate the ring. Maybe they could do it off like in the back somewhere, or you know, they used to do it on a platform, you know, at the end of the entranceway. Yeah, I mean, the Waller effect is cute, I guess, but neither. They both suck. Again, commercials. Here's another funny story. I've met a girl who was wearing a Green Bay Packers hat and jersey. I've talked to her and I told her congrats on the win and made a good impression. Well, there you go. Smart man. Smart man. Compliments get you far, buddy. No, it wasn't real. Wrestling fans. I'm not sure. I agree, Michigan over Ohio for sure. Fair enough. What if we see Solo tonight attacking LA Knight? Highly possible. Highly possible. Again, tonight is all about building for tomorrow. We're not going to get a whole lot. It's probably not going to be the highest rated SmackDown of the year, but we're going to get a little bit of filler here to kind of carry us through to the main event. I feel like if they were going to do the women's war game tag match tonight, should have just made that for the advantage. But again, you have an opportunity to advertise. You have a sponsor come in, and they tacked it to the women's match. So good on them for that. I'll be watching Texas A&M. What? Aggies? Aggies? The Aggies. Let's go Aggies versus LSU. Good. If WWE goes back to the TV 14 rating one day for the War Games match, I would love to see thumbtacks and Barbies used. Make hardcore wrestling great again. Yeah, that's what hardcore wrestling needs is Barbies. Listen, I don't know if they'll ever end up with Thumbtacks. I think they'll always keep it like Legos or dolls or offshoots. They have a big issue with members of their roster cutting themselves on purpose. So I don't know, even if it is TV 14, they might up the content and the adult level of that content, but I don't know if they'll up the violence. What you looking forward to most? Eddie Kingston versus King, or Daniel Garcia versus Claudio, KJ and Nick? 100% King and Eddie, because I don't know which way this match goes. This is two big, beefy men, and why shouldn't Brody King get a lot of love and be feared? But Eddie Kingston's the heart and soul of the whole thing, as far as I'm concerned. And Eddie is a guy that you should be highlighting and utilizing as much as you possibly can. So yeah, I'm all for that one. Claudio, Daniel, I feel like we've seen it up recently, and I mean, again, it doesn't really move my needle too much, Damien. As we're back in a commercial, the Ohio State, Riddle is the devil. I don't think so, but it would be hilarious. Bro, could you imagine? That's when the other night when he laughed, which, some people have said very, a little too Bray Wyatt-ish. I got Kevin Owens and LA Knight for the win. Good shout, Dale. LA and KO. That would be one of the dumbest things Khan could do. Would have it be one of the releases, especially Ali, with as hard as everyone panned Retribution. Just hell no. Yeah, if it's Dolph Ziggler or Ali, or I don't love it. Now the other theory is they're dragging ass because Adam Cole's legitimately hurt and they're trying to buy time. I just think I need a little more than the devil popping up every once in a while and laughing. I think I need, a couple times now there's been interactions, helps tell that story really well. So we'll see. But we get a tag. Speaking of a tag.
Oh, I was going to say, well, speaking of interactions, but what if it's Jack Perry?
It'd be very disappointing. I even think
what is AW in 2023?
I even think the internal fan base will be very disappointed, but maybe Tony's thinking, oh, you get so much heat. You get so much heat. But I don't know, man. Because that means then what? Jack Perry's going after MJF?
Right. The Brother Fluff show would get good ratings. Why?
There you go. I bet it would, Brother Fluff.
Brandon, I'm waiting until Nick returns to make my Monday War Games prediction. What the fuck? Well, here's one for you. Going old school, but KJ, do you think Buff Bagwell was wasted in WCW? No, I think he was wasted the other week when he got arrested, but you can have that. That ain't
stole my answer. I stole my answer.
Shit, sorry.
Yeah, I think Buff was definitely underutilized. I thought Buff was great back in the day, and he never really went anywhere. But he was a goofy guy.
In the next commercial, I want to ask, and we'll do our top 5 WCW guys.
Oh, shit.
As I've got a Swanton bomb from Kevin Owens. Dude, 2 count. Oh,
you're definitely behind.
Well, I tried.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
I'm still at the 2 count.
I got picture-in-picture replay. Picture-in-picture replay?
No.
Picture-in-picture
replay. Now I've got replay of the Swanton.
There you go. It's a jackal.
Yeah.
It's a jackal.
Okay. It's a jackal. Fuck, I'm so mad. I'm probably the only one who got that reference.
Oh, big drop kick from Theory as Waller slides out and yanks yeet to LA Knight. So an impromptu match, Nick.
Now, is it a testament on 100%? And again, I feel like this would be like on your Survivor Series pre-show, but we get on a Friday Night Smackdown because this is your pre-show.
Well, part of me is wondering, like, I'm kind of hoping, like, do we get KO versus Theory straight up or something tomorrow?
Why? That's still a pre-show match.
Yeah. I mean, we got a pre-show match.
I'd rather have gotten a singles match tonight and then the tag match tomorrow than vice versa.
Is LA Knight not busy?
Well, Waller's not busy. Kevin Owens isn't busy. Like, none of these guys are busy. So that's what I'm saying. Of like, you could add singles matches tonight if you're gonna do. To me, I'd rather singles matches tonight, tag match tomorrow versus, like you said, tag match tonight, singles matches tomorrow.
Yeah, but oh yeah, true. Fair enough.
Right.
But I don't know
No.
if we're getting either. We'll see.
Fair enough. Well, no, I was just going to say it's nice to see how WWE has female officials that just are officials instead of a third participant in the match.
Right. Funny to. I find it funny in the first 51 minutes we've had 5 minutes of wrestling. I don't find it that funny.
I don't
But I
know
know
if
it's
it's
been
really
a
only
while.
been 5. I feel like that's a lie.
We got a tag match that went definitely more than 5 minutes.
Right. So we're starting off the top of the hour right now with LA Knight and Kevin Owens versus Waller and LA Knight, or Theory. Sorry, excuse me. And
And
we're
there,
getting a nice
wow,
little teaser for Survivor Series.
Sorry, nice back and forth, nice tandem offense from Waller, and Theory.
Well, to me though, if you're gonna keep pitching Survivor Series, do you keep using the image of Cody with all the face paint of he looks like Ralph Wiggum painted up like Paul Chris from Kiss? I'm a cat. Like,
Oh my cat.
he is the man who looks like he's gonna, the new poster for Small Soldiers coming out in 2024.
Right. No, I think so. I mean, I understand why. Again, people can't underestimate the value that Cody has in this company. And anybody that thinks he made a mistake leaving AEW, I mean, he is literally the poster boy for multiple
Yeah,
pay-per-views
but
this week.
like last year, you pretty much just sold it on Aussie and War Games. Why not go back to that? Why not keep that the theme?
I think last year the focus, and if my memory serves me correct, like all the visuals was really cool visuals with the bloodline. That was the focus, right? So they always have something. They got to build it around. And again, Cody's your biggest baby face.
Fair
With
enough.
the second in, well, a very close argument is the guy behind getting the tag.
Oh, you sneaky bastard, Kevin Owens. He was teasing the tag, grabs the rope, and then that uses that to help him get the tag.
There you go. The crowd is right with this man.
This is a fucking mirror match, though. You get Austin Theory, LA Knight, and Nick Aldis in the ring at the same time, and it's a fucking Pokemon evolution.
What was that?
A-Town went down.
An inverted power slam. That was odd but amazing.
I want to say, what is AW? Odd. Well, at times.
Right. Big flapjack by LA. Both men down in the corner. Because we got a douche canoe happening.
What? No,
Steve G. It's been terrible. Steve, I have a feeling that you had that thought before you even turned on your TV. So has this been a terrible show? No, it is exactly what I expected to be. So yeah, I mean, are you getting what? I know nobody's bled. I know there's been no high spots, but so far so good for me.
right. Allow us to be the Shaq to your Charles Barkley out here saying it's terrible. Yeah, nobody's out here playing vampire. Nobody's drinking blood, anything like that. Nobody's Gangrel. But it hasn't been a bad show at all. If anything, it's gotten me nothing but more excited for a Survivor Series tomorrow night.
Setting up the ladies.
Which is what its purpose.
Yeah. I mean, we started Raw with the men's War Games situation. Oh, Stunner! And blunt force drama, which he's got to change.
Am I the one that kind of feels like him having that moves a little bit like how Mr. Kennedy had the mic check of it? Just kind of seems like that same type of guy of you have that same type of move of you should be the guy, but you're unfortunately never going to end up the guy. You're just really good on the mic, and that's about it.
Yeah, there's kind of a funny comparable now that you mention it. It's like I really wanted to do the Stunner, but someone else is doing it, and I already get called off.
You can't do the cutter because that's already Cody and Randy. So
yeah,
even flow. Do the DDT.
Even
No, that's
though-
Moxley. Whoa. Jump scare from Bianca there.
I'm watching the background as Becky and Belair are talking about their issues. So, listen, Damage Control might be the favorites for tomorrow night.
It's one of those, like what everybody fears with Randy Orton showing up and Jey Uso and all of that. Of you fear the dissension that won't ever deliver.
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way. That's the really compelling part, no?
I think the men's match has much more the potential to turn for somebody to turn than the women's match. The women's match, I think, will tease it. Everybody's going to be straight in line.
I don't know. I think there's issues with Charlotte. There's issues with Becky. I think Belair is still potentially giving up on this situation. And then you got to figure out what's happening with Bayley. Is she still a welcome part of the group? Yeah, I feel like it's close there, but yeah, maybe more potential there with the men overall.
Well, see, I could see Rainey showing up and just RKO on anybody and everybody, anything that moves. I could see if you're gonna go the whole Bayley, where does she lie, everything like that. Maybe Bayley takes the pin in the women's match.
Interesting.
But I don't think that you're not gonna see Becky turn and join Damage Control or anything like that. Like it's one of those. Who do you have turn in either one? Honestly, whoever turns, you feel like they instantly join that faction somehow.
Yes, yeah, not always, but you have that preconception depending on how it comes out, right? Like the same thing. Like Drew could essentially have issues with Damage Control. Even now, like Drew makes his decision to help them at War Games doesn't mean he's a part of the crew. He actually went over his way to say I'm not, which is interesting.
I still hold faith in the theory of watch how Drew and Damian are in the War Games match and see where that goes, because I think there's potential there.
Oh, absolutely.
Whichever way it goes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they've already built a good level of nobody's getting along. Nobody's talking. Nobody, where we're having these little powwows that the ladies are having now. So up next, Carlito. What's up, Jerry?
How you guys doing? Yeah, lay a smackdown. Yeah, lay the smacketh down.
Right. Ooh, he's the next candidate for W. Nah, I don't know if Buff's gonna make it.
No, Buff, I feel like is not the stuff. Oh, as we are in commercial break, I guess Curtis said number 6. So who's your doesn't have to be the biggest guys. Who were your top 5 favorites in WCW?
Off the top, it's so hard to think of. In WCW, I had Raven. I was a huge fan of Saturn. I was a huge fan of Eddie. I'm trying to think of some of the main eventers that stood out. I mean, again, at the time, the Outsiders were killing it when they were first big and hot. I feel like I'm missing a couple names. I was never really a Sting guy, even creepy Sting. I don't like Goldberg. I never have.
Really?
Never got
behind. That's the thing. This is your list. It don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I liked a lot of the heelish mid card guys.
Well, no, fair enough. I agree with you with Raven.
Shit, Jericho was one of my favorites.
A little bit. With the move number 101, arm bar.
This is the best. At a time where the company was fucked.
Some of the names though that I really liked are Sean O'Hara.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm a huge Sean O'Hara fan. I thought, think about it, this man had the same size as Goldberg, Ryback, what have you, had the same size as main eventers, but moved like Jeff Hardy. Like he was that freak athlete early. Granted, had all the demons in the world, but yeah.
Fair enough. Nice.
And also Canyon. Mortis. Who better than Canyon?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I feel like Canyon had such a small blip. It kind of gets overlooked at times, especially because he was. I mean, I got a kick out of Mortis versus fucking Glacier as a rivalry.
Glacier is an underrated one too, as well.
right? But I liked Buff Bagwell. I was a big fan of Buff at the time. But I mean, the Raven and the Flock was probably one of my favorite things. It was one of the things I always looked forward to.
So did you like Lodi? Did you like oh, of course I figure you must like Sick Boy because you constantly
Sick
always call it
Boy,
the 6-year itch.
right?
The
No, I
whole you
was
mentioned Saturn.
Saturn.
Now I'm trying to this is WC this it proves we're wrestling fans, not just like, oh,
Right?
it happened today. We like it. No. Like we're out here quoting the Flock from WCW.
Yeah, Billy Kidman. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was all good. I liked Flair when Flair was getting bullied by the NWO, and he was trying to find his comeuppance, and then he got fucking suspended.
The original NWO was great, and then just around the precipice of the Wolf Pack is when you started to see the back nine.
Yeah. And I was a big fan. I was really fucking pumped when DDP started getting a push. He was like the people's champion in WCW.
Now I'm surprised though that you weren't a big fan of Goldberg because to me he was how I felt with that of like this man just seemed like, and it's part of what's led to his like aura and everything of this man just looked unstoppable.
Yeah, even when I was young, I wasn't like, oh my god, like I never had like a Goldberg T-shirt or lunchbox. Like I did not much care about Goldberg. I don't know. Even as a young guy, I was like, man, he always just does the same shit.
You were
like,
Kevin Nash, this vanilla midget out here, just trying to get over on the old boys,
right? Like I was like, ah. But I mean, again, the spectacle that he created, and it wasn't until I got older that I appreciated his run a little better. But I don't know, I never got into him. And then what
he was the streak. Whenever you talk about a streak, like even Oscars, anything like that, it's all comparable to Goldberg. I like Curtis. Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright, yeah.
Oh fuck!
Did you have the Nitro like PC game to where like literally like whichever superstar you went to, they had the little like video intro of like you should pick me, yeah, I'm party time, Alex Wright.
I liked Conan, and I like when they were the fucking Conan. They ripped the what?
No, I was just gonna tie it into how we've got the Escobar Ray heel turn and everything like that. I was gonna say it's interesting to me how one of Ray's most notorious moments is when his match with Eddie in WCW when he was out there with the Phantom gear.
Yep. Oh, I see what you did there. That's adorable.
Yeah. See what comes around is all around.
It's not bad. Not bad.
It's almost like I do this from time to time.
From time to time. That Flair fellow was pretty entertaining back in the day. Man, I used to love that guy just dropping his elbow in his suits and shit. He was
nuts. That's TNA when you had the woo off. That was the Barrett, the Bischoff.
Yeah, when he fucking lost it with Bischoff, and I thought like he was fucking glowing red.
Well, yeah.
I used to hate Conan in WCW. Orale!
Viva la raza!
About it. Were you guys a fan of DDP? Yeah, I touched on that. Like, I felt like he was like the people's champion. I mean, he did get kind of bogged down a bit with like the
Karl Malone.
I'm going to team up with Karl Malone.
Well, to me, it's so funny to me how Tony will pay outright for the songs. WCW just paid like how close can we get to the song without being the song and everything. Like DDP, Raven, there's so many. Like DDP was great, 100%. He was initially the first couple of times I saw the RKO, I was like, it's the Diamond Cutter.
Yep. Carlito Escobar tomorrow. And listen, Santos did good. They put him on that big stage last week. A big part of his heel turn, and I thought he delivered in spades. So Carlito's got a mic.
Well, so I have a question for you as Carlito's got a mic, like you said. Some people have talked. It has been allegedly put out on the program for Survivor Series tomorrow. The Authors of Pain might be back in WWE. And there's been talk that you put them with Escobar,
Damn.
which then again, I guess to fuck with Los Lotharios. But yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I'm all for it. I know you're a little indifferent about the Authors of Pain. I'd be more than happy for them to come back into that kind of role. I know my speculation and the rumor I've kind of seen since we speculated of Los Lotharios, but then would you tack on the other two? Or would you just, is that too extra? So yeah, I mean, Authors of Pain have been rumored to be coming back for quite a while, Nick.
If they do it, they're just super, they just smash everybody, which again, they go back into that slot of they are nothing without their manager. I don't mind Los Lotharios. I think it kills them. Like I could see both working on different avenues. I don't want to fuck with and get involved with Authors of Pain, anything like that.
Right. You're not wrong.
Like I can still make money. I can still extrapolate beyond with Los Lotharios there with the Lucha Wolves instead of the American Wolves.
Right. But
versus AOP.
Yeah, I think Los Lotharios is a better fit, but AOP is obviously super imposing. Carlito cutting a promo in Spanish. But here comes Santos.
Played by Carlos Santana.
Actually, you should come out to a Carlos song.
Well, I was going to say this in entrance, this t-shirt, 100%. I feel like I need, a tequila sunrise talking about Conan earlier.
Right.
To just set the mood here.
Big booze, big booze.
It's because you didn't have Chad Groger from Nickelback over here. Are you an amigo or an amigo?
Did you just say no huevos?
Oh. What in the gangland shit is this? Of like, where's your LWO tattoo? You ain't been down since day one. Like you ain't strapped like that, my guy.
Right?
You ain't triple OG, triple OG.
I'm impressed with Santos Escobar in a big way.
Granted, I'm sure he regrets that LWO fucking tattoo on his hand, unless that's just like a stamp to get in the club. But it's because of you that Ray's not healthy. Ray's career is over. He will never come back. Oh, and we got to get to the bleep spots.
He threw the mic at him, and we're fighting.
I throw the mic in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Oh. Both men going. This feels like a filler show. No, it is a filler show. It's the definition of a
little bit, but still, no one, not even Corey on commentary, nobody's having Escobar's side on this. They're all agreeing that Escobar is just being an asshole and like Carlito was in the right. It's like, no, you should have somebody that's going to be out there and be like, no, he's telling the honest truth.
Yeah, usually it's Corey that would defend the heel in this case.
Right. You need a Heenan to your Gorilla Monsoon. You need a Lawler to your JR.
Yeah, usually it's Graves.
Maybe they're just waiting for Kevin Patrick to do something. They're just poking him with a stick. Come on.
They are, definitely.
Santos
out of nowhere!
What the fuck?
I am back.
What in the David Copperfield shit was that?
Hey!
Man literally got dragged out of the back and then popped out through the crowd like, that was my doppelganger. I was never here all along.
Santos feels like a real star, AJ. I'm with you, my guy.
How do you feel about what we, I guess, well, the internet pointed out we kind of missed the first time around of the tie-in of Escobar looking like Tony Montana. And now I feel like this is probably going to be some fucking tie-in that we all forgot about Now, like, it's very much Escobar. They're building up to be your top, your next Eddie to an extent of your top Latin heel.
Yeah, I feel like that Tony Montana boss, like he was in NXT of we got all the gold, we got all the riches, we get all the power, we get all the respect. Like I think that's Santos, and I think he's killing it.
First you get the money, then you get the then you get the women.
Right. And the crowd goes mild.
Huh. Yeah. But I'm in commercial break right now. I don't know about you, sir.
I am.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Right. The rest of Legado del Fantasma will turn. Then it'll just be Carlito and Ray. Well, Ray's on the shelf for a while. He legitimately got surgery.
Yeah, that was a planned thing that was going to happen before this whole thing, which it was even interesting if they waited this long to do the turn.
I think that was part of it, right? Like you play it out until, okay, now Ray's going to take some time off. Switch, everybody.
And change places.
Go.
Yeah, but even that drop of the brass knuckles on the ring apron, even when we were watching it live, we're kind of like, oh, that's going to set up for something. That's a little too, they're drawing too much attention to that now.
And the irony that we saw it the next night, or, a few nights later, on Full Gear, the exact same situation of like, oops, I'll just leave this ring here.
Oops, did it again.
The state of Santos' heel character is proof that no time had to be wasted on waiting to break up the LWO. He was a great presence as a heel. He's outstanding. He's everything Andrade has been trying to be for 5 years.
You could just hear the gasp in my expression there. And one of those of like, I all I can do is agree.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, no offense to Andrade, but Escobar's come in and done it really well.
All offense, I guess. I'll say it. I'll be your anger translator. All offense to Andrade.
Figure it out, my guy. Want to know what would be hilarious?
I think with him figuring it out means move companies. But
he might move big. Hilarious if Austin Theory's next ring gear will be the tribute to Codename Kids Next Door. Christian, you are on some different level, my guy.
Christian, whatever vitamins you are smoking with, and you and Richard both, just please share them. Just tell us your distributor. You can do it in the private chat, anything like that. Just let us know. Hook a brother up, because you on some we're on cloud 9. You're on cloud 10, 11, 12 shit.
Oh, the colors.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Oh, this replay is hilarious, though. Well, I'm back from commercial, and they get a replay of the knee to the back.
Not even a full V trigger, like a straight slap knee to the back of the head, just cleanses him out.
Right.
I
love the fact
I'm gonna work that kink out.
I love the fact that he sprinted all the way around, like, oh, we've got rid of him, and he just went around the crowd and came back in.
Santos Escobar versus Usain Bolt in a 40-yard dash. Let's see.
Carlito getting jumped.
And like I said again, this man, put him against Usain Bolt.
Oh, wait a minute.
The fastest fucking moves.
Dragon Lee to the rescue. Okay, that was a bit much.
Yeah, that's what is a backstage segment in WWE 2K23.
Yeah, the Hurricane Rana back there might not have gone so well, but other than that, I get what they're doing here. I mean, if you're setting up, maybe Dragon Lee has to fill in for Carlito.
Maybe I have to care about any of that.
You don't care about the storyline at all?
No, it's not one of those of I just don't like the Dragon Lee getting involved. It's just you're just layering. But what everything is lucha. Maybe give me some time shit here.
Well, what would you put in instead? It's all about the luchas, and why would you not have the Rey Mysterio handoff go after the guy who took out Rey Mysterio?
But it's so upfront and so obvious and it's so out of the gate. Just maybe let some shit. Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to understand. I don't know what the
I'm saying if I'm going to do it to where Carlito can't compete, whatever, then Escobar sits there and celebrates. You do like I get where we go in the end. I'm saying give me my reasons to drag this out a little bit. Give me some more build to this. Give me some more depth to this.
More?
Yes,
Okay.
more.
That's fair. I feel like they've built this up quite a bit, and I mean, even the use of Dragon
They
Lee,
built aspects. Dragon Lee is a new introduction, new character unlocked.
but he was involved with this scenario already. And again, being that the protege, the guy that they're pitching as the new Rey Mysterio, he's back. It's fight night. Doom. No, he's not. There he is. No, he's not. Where is he? Nah,
he ain't there.
Michael Cole sold me a bag of shit goods.
He sold you a bag of Lucky Charms, and he ain't a leprechaun.
There you go. Ridge is not talking to Butch. He just walked out on him.
Yeah.
Big one. LA should start using the rock bottom. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so we can just add to that comparable.
Carlito might be injured. Yeah, I mean, Santos been relentless. So, I mean, I don't know how this angle is going to play out right now, but Carlito definitely has backup in Dragon Lee, and I think Dragon Lee.
But so you think if we had Escobar versus Dragon Lee at Survivor Series, that's a payoff match?
It's definitely no, because I think the story's still going.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. That's, I guess, more of what I'm saying to where this continues on here. This isn't. I think this isn't Carlito. This isn't a payoff.
Yeah, but I don't even know if Carlito, like at the tricky part for me is Santos and Dragon Lee is going to be a better
boss payoff. I know this leads to Ray.
I don't know if it leads, like Ray's on the shelf, so we'll see. Like, I mean, eventually one day, long-term storytelling, we'll get back there. But I think that right now, I mean, you need to help. You need to help Carlito out a little bit. I have no problem with Dragon Lee poking his head into this.
What if we get the Masters of the Universe? We get Chris Masters there, Mr. NWA. I feel like everybody might be trying to jump ship there.
Chris Masters injected into the Carlito storyline?
Yeah, it teams up with his former tag team partner there, Carlito.
Maybe that would definitely be outside of the lucha frame. Tony Montana, you say? Are you gonna start singing? Not you, the comment. What's up, Daniel? Chambers, get Humberto and Garza out of NXT to join with Escobar and get the feud with LWO. I think that's the best bet, Chambers.
I think that's the end game. That's the end game.
Yeah. Oh, Ridge's going for a hike. The end of the Brutes, as we know it, folks.
It's the end of the Brutes as we know it, and I feel fine.
I really do. And by the way, that giant fucking disco ball is specifically for the Yes Boys.
Yeah, but so is this how somehow we get Pete Dunne back? We beat the Butch out of him.
Maybe.
Pause.
Big kick out by Butch, though. Thought it was over.
Ah, fuck. You know where this is going? Sheamus comes back and just bro kick.
As he should. Let's go. You already missold me on it once, Cole.
Well, I mean,
I fell for it. Wow, Butch putting on a clinic. Notice how you don't see Ray hobbling around in a cast on SmackDown. Yeah, because when you hurt, you out.
He's not arguably competitive for a world title right now.
Tomorrow at Survivor Series, Rey Mysterio versus Roman Reigns.
No, it'll be Roman versus somebody, and then it'll be Roman versus like Carlito, and then Carlito will get hurt, and then Ray's just, well, there's someone that's got to fill in here.
Right. Hashtag broken bone, according to Michael Cole.
What is called listening to Michael Cole and Kevin Patrick? Hashtag broken bone. Hashtag limping bone.
Oh, wait. Steals it.
Oh. Boo-earns.
Butch takes the loss, but looks like a badass. I'm semi okay
Looks like a badass.
He whooped their ass. He was about to beat two guys. They had
he
to
got his ass whooped. He took the L.
Was he not fully in control of that match, guys? Maybe I missed that. He was all over them.
Right. Still took the L.
But took the back, so he takes the backslide and they steal it. They literally had to steal it from one guy. I think it's a nice. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shotzi and Charlotte.
Now, see, she can talk like a regular fucking human being now.
Mm-hmm. Shock me.
What happened? She had too much shock therapy before that fucking promo.
Be this girl. Be this girl. You're 100% right. Be this girl.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Right, where the fuck was this earlier with ha ha?
Yeah. She did her best Seth Rollins impression. It didn't go well.
Yeah, it was Seth Rollins like got hit in the head with a sledgehammer.
But again, they're going back in the storytelling, going back to when Damage Control was bullying her, why she cut her hair, that she wants revenge. I like this little segment here.
But they're showing the loyalty though of like Shotzi to Charlotte. So if they're also
if shit goes down,
Charlotte versus Becky shit and everything, there could be that tension, that splitting sides there.
Mm-hmm.
When the shit, like you said, when the shit goes down, you better get ready. Right. When the shit goes down.
Man, if you understand Spanish, that was really good. I don't understand Spanish, but I still thought it was really, really good. I really liked this storyline.
Muchos gracias. Mucho cerveza, por favor. I don't even know if that was accurate or offensive. Either way, I apologize.
Top heel period on SmackDown. SmackDown needs another top heel. One never knows how long or how much time Roman takes. Yeah, I think people would argue you got Solo as a heel, you got Jimmy as a heel. Your top heel's kind of in and out.
You have underbosses that lead to the main boss. It's like playing any video game. You don't face the main boss in every, story chapter. You face the underboss that builds to the main boss.
Yeah. No hable. There you go. One day I will see Andrade with Charlotte Flair as a power couple in WWE. I'm in. Oh, who was it? Somebody bring up Elektra Lopez. And I'm not going to scroll all the way back up, but yes, bring back Elektra Lopez. She got screwed the first time and set up her and Zelina. Let's go.
Feel the night away. Well, where was it? Shotzi looks like a groupie for Sugar Ray concert. There's a halo hanging from the corner of my football band.
Break number 8. Either Becky accidentally hit Charlotte or Charlotte accidentally hit Becky. Very possible. Very possible.
I like how Johnson's become my Hispanic translator here. You just said more beer, please. You are good. Yes. That was the intent. That was the intent.
Yes. Who?
Any predictions? Which match will open off Survivor Series? The match beneath me. Pause. Who? What?
Yeah, the Women's War Game is going to start off the pay-per-view, I imagine. And then you'll sandwich all the singles matches in, and then we'll get the men's.
Yes.
That's just based on what they usually do. They could change it up.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this, though? Sugar Ray is slightly above Nickelback on the suckle meter. Pause.
No. Name 3 Sugar Ray songs. I was like, I know too. I don't know.
I can name you two.
Right, but yeah, no. To me, Sugar Ray is more of a one-hit wonder, and Nickelback had sold 18 million records
I give you
worldwide.
that. I still hold my question that I asked the other day: is Nickelback or is Creed the official Thanksgiving band?
Dolly did it better.
I don't give a shit. This dude just started to show up and look like.
Dolly did it better.
I understand that, but
What do you mean?
you
I
have
understand.
people dressing up like Scott Staff during his halftime performance there.
Dolly did it better than Creed. Oh wait, all this being talked to by Dragon Lee.
The only reason Dolly did it better is because everybody wanted to see if Dolly would.
Not at 70. Come on now. Would make it through the whole performance.
Oh no!
There you go. There we go. Sorry, Nick. Dragon
Mm.
Lee will take on Santos Escobar tomorrow. And I like this. This is good.
I spit in the face of booking that ain't good.
He's hurt. And again, I don't think.
So then why sell us wolf tickets?
How did you sell us wolf tickets? This is perfectly in the storyline right now.
We're setting up for Carlito versus Escobar.
But
and all of a sudden he takes one bump. This man took a bump since he's been back and he's injured.
They just did a spot in the back where they hurt his arm. He's out. And I think it tells the story. Santos is taking out everybody one by one. That's how you become a boss. You start taking out everybody. I like it. I don't see the problem with it. I think it's great. And I think the best part of this is Santos and Dragon Lee is a better match than Santos and Carlito.
Oh, I will give you that. I will give you that 100%. That's a match that will tear the fucking house down.
Let's go. There you go.
It's interesting to me how Dragon Lee has gone from New Japan, AW, NXT to main roster WWE all in quick procession here. As I'm getting a highlight for Gunther versus The Miz, which, holy.
Any chance we get Aldis as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble? Slim and none if he's in this role.
Maybe. Yeah. You got, if you get Pierce for by hook or by crook, you're getting Aldis.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I mean, a lot could change. But Randy Orton's on the graphic.
I was going to say, is it interesting that the men's graphic, no offense, seems more like war, and with the women's graphic, they're very much like, well, Charlotte and Becky, how will they coexist and everything? Oh my God, you're gonna do it. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to you thought the men's graphic looked more war than the women's graphic?
No, go ahead. I wasn't talking about that specifically.
That's what I'm asking.
Right. And I was talking about how they mentioned specifically in the women's War Games match, how they were asking how Charlotte and Becky, how they will coexist. But go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing.
I think the other side was doing the same thing. I didn't see.
Like I said, keep doing what you're doing.
I don't see a difference. Do you see?
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't see a difference. I think the Survivor Series will be 3 hours, just over. It's unfortunate that you had to write out Carlito. I want to see Carlito more.
Canadian Parliament should write the world. What? No. Actually, fun fact, that was the first band that I saw live, first major band and everything. It was Switchfoot, Default, and Nickelback was the first concert I saw at SUNY Potsdam in the fucking gymnasium. I saw Nickelback in a gymnasium.
Yeah.
Where you're having to hang up the fucking basketball nets and everything so you could fit the stage in there.
Right. Here comes Damage Control. Chambers, thank you for flying Pause Airlines. Watch your step. The magic carpet. That's actually, I'll give you that, my guy. That's a good one. Good. All right, folks, who you taking in the main event?
Does this set the precursor for who wins at Survivor Series tomorrow night? Is this the rule of like he who sets it up must fall through it type shit?
There's a chance of that, yeah. I think it might be an indication. Maybe the baby faces pull it out tonight. But I don't know. Maybe they just push the whole the baby faces can't get along issue.
Well, I think it. Who did you have for the prediction for the Survivor Series match, the War Games match?
I think I went Damage Control. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we both agreed on that. Because I'm like, well, if they win, then they're probably going to lose at the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you sell the discontent, the dissension amongst the team babyfaces, they'll overcome it at the pay-per-view.
Maybe.
And that's what makes them heroic and triumphant in victory here.
Quite possible. Absolutely a possibility. This match to save the show. Nothing's trying to save the show, my guy. It is a go-home show. And if you've been watching wrestling for a hot minute, you know these shows are going to be a lot of build. So we build up Santos. We build up that story. We built up this match tonight. We've talked about the other matches. We've seen other people involved. Then you get a couple fluff matches, which we got. That's what I expected, especially on FS1.
Yeah, it will on FS1 on a go home show at this point. It's starting to become of, like I said earlier, it's a Sunday night heat. It's the pre-show before the pre-show type deal.
And I know some companies will do a Sega themed street fight before the a few days before your big pay-per-view where you got a death match and a ladder match. WWE doesn't do that. WWE kind of watches its step and goes, okay, we're not going to give away too much tonight because we want people to go to the pay-per-view. We want people to buy the pay-per-view. We want people to tune in.
Right. They're setting the hook. That's the whole time it is. They're not going to give you the full main course out the gate. They're going to give you an appetizer. They're going to give you a free sample. Mm-hmm. So you want to buy the main course.
Mm-hmm. Switchfoot. Nick standing there humming. We were meant to live for so much more.
Oh,
we lost ourselves.
Fuck, did I just mess up the band? Because yeah, it wasn't
Switchfoot. No Carly Cologne tomorrow. Okay. Charlotte Flair and Becky for the win. Flair and Becky. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with the baby faces tonight. Christian Power, Becky and Charlotte, Bailey and Asuka for the win. Curtis.
So I stand corrected. Sorry, just to interrupt real quick. So the opening band was injected, if that makes any bit of a difference. But anyways, moving on. Sorry.
There you go. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch for the win. Am I predictions? I am prediction damage control turns on Bailey at Survivor Series. You are prediction champion, Damien. And there you go. Bailey's going to turn on damage control. Or damage control turns on Bailey only if Bailey takes the pin.
Someone will get turned on in the women's match, is what Damien is predicting.
Right?
One way or another, someone watching that match will get turned on.
There you go. LA Knight giving us a WWE shop commercial now.
When's the last time you saw any merch store at any wrestling show look any way that full?
Yeah. As we are back from commercial, picking team Bianca. Bailey gets pinned or submitted. Bailey going to be get the boot from damage control after the match. Very interesting.
Right. What time are you guys going live tomorrow? 6:30. Yes, you nailed it. It's almost like the video is already up there, and you can go ahead. Make sure you hit that like or anything like that. Hit that bell notification so you know when we're going to be live for it. Absolutely, my guy.
Right. They're making the all hail. That's dope.
Why did that sound like?
That was amazing.
It sounded like something like oh, like we're gonna drop into hardcore metal beat right now.
Right? Oh, hail the queen. They're making the go home show minimalist, so to speak, so they don't have anyone booked for tomorrow getting injured unless they write it the night before one of their big four. I agree, Daniel Price. Spot on. I
It's
know we,
almost like they know how to run a wrestling company.
yeah, I know we
Who
get
would have
greedy,
thought?
right?
60 some odd years in.
I think as fans, we get greedy and we're like, every show has to be a 10 out of 10. They're not going to be. And again, I know some of the wrestling companies will just give you everything all the time, but not this company, especially the night before.
Well, and that's the fun part. Fun part of it
The fun
is
part.
that even it's not exactly the night before, but even maybe a week or so before, where we're supposed to have the pay-per-view, when they book a huge fucking title match just on random free TV, we kind of even turn our nose up of that, of like, wait, this doesn't smell that great either. Of like, why the fuck are you doing this? You have to find that, Goldilocks in between here.
Right. Speaking of Sega, who remembers Royal Rumble arcade game from the year 2000? Yes.
What is words formed into a sentence? Yes.
I'm predicting Bailey and Sasha Banks reunite in a boss in as Boss and Hug Connection. Boss and Hug Connection returns tomorrow. Again, how much surprises can we have, guys? We can't have everybody.
Bailey's out here literally selling how she doesn't like hugs anymore.
Oh.
So I don't think she's gonna turn and like, oh, best friend.
No, if they're gonna pull Sasha Banks back in, I think it's not now. I think the damage control maybe turns on Bailey, and then Bailey needs help, and that's the possibility. But I don't even know how realistic that is.
What in the fucking like ABC Disney movie fucking finger hold, like pinky swear, double swear promise shit did we just see between Becky and Charlotte there? Because they were both like
That's their
pinkies out. Yeah, like
that's their thing.
I was like, are we exchanging secret, bracelets and everything like that? Like friendship bracelets?
Locking in the friendship. It matters.
Well, that's though, like how I said earlier, well, we were talking about with Mercedes, and I've said before, of if she showed up anywhere, there's pomp and circumstance. Make way, here the drums.
Right.
She's Princess Monet, fabulous. That's her.
Moonsault down on the floor. Back to commercial. What commercial break is this? 10, 11, 35?
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
Face team. Are you guys doing Rampage and Collision tomorrow night? Also, we will have an eye on it. We're not going to completely ignore it. We will have it up on our second screens. But again, our priority will be Survivor Series.
We're doing Survivor Series. And if some AW just so happens to catch our eye.
Yeah, if something actually goes down, we'll let you all know.
Right.
But it will not be a part of the predictions or our main focus. I thought so, just making sure. Going to be in a conference tomorrow morning. I'll be back in plenty of time for Survivor Series. Well, it wouldn't be the same without you, my guy.
I'm trying to say shit nice. So
if Punk
shows... mean,
Chambers just wants the ice cream bars, my guy.
Well, where are my ice cream bars?
Right. Don't care about surprises tomorrow night. I'm focused on the matches that earn points towards the title. I'm coming for it, Damien. All right, Damien, watch your back. The prediction title will be on the line tomorrow night, folks. So it's going to be a fun one. And yeah, I mean, you don't have a whole lot of matches. There's not going to be a whole lot of discrepancy. So it's probably going to come down to who follows the rules the closest. And finally, it's going to be an easy one for me to count, I hope.
Yeah, well, that depends on if we want to go into like who gets the victory, who takes the pinfall. If we want to split hairs here and everything. But yeah. You gave me the face of shut the fuck up instantly right there. So
You count.
that will not happen.
Can you tally the total?
Right, like I said. So don't worry about that. You just gotta get the shit right. Whoever gets the shit right the most.
Becky and Charlotte are not losing this match. I don't know, AJ. Little dissension, accidental misdirection.
If it could happen to me, it could happen to you.
True. But I don't think anybody's losing this match, to be 100% honest.
I like how somehow my Aladdin privileges have been revoked. At the same time, I'm getting told to shut up. We've already got a rating in for SmackDown, even though it hasn't ended yet, of 8 out of 10.
It's a
early ballots here.
Arguably the most important part of the whole show is happening right now.
Right, I was gonna say early ballots are in. I don't need to see the final debate. I just have already made my decision.
Mm-hmm. This program
question: what if there's a tie with the predictions? That we turn into Highlander rules. 2 must enter, 1 man leave.
It's Mad Max around here, folks. It's generally who has come in within the closest or the best within the windows. So if you're throwing out predictions at the wrong times and shit, you probably don't win.
Pause.
All depends on my mood.
Pause.
Don't just make him tally the total. Make him use an abacus.
Abacus.
An abacus.
That'll be a members only video. It's KJ counting out the fucking the tally there.
I think he was talking about you.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, I have to take off my socks. 1, 10, 11.
Right. I got to rag you, Nick. Your reactions, a classic. I'm no comment.
A compliment or an insult?
I'm taking the 5th.
5th? What in the name of R. Kelly? 5th?
What? Don't while we wait for commercial, did anyone pass out eating a lot on Thanksgiving?
Define pass out, because I feel like I reached a state of tranquility that like me and the turkey were one and the same. I reached turkey tranquility there. I at one point reached a different state of being I was just eating food. Like I fell asleep eating dessert.
And I'm not sure if I blame the turkey or the liquid that came with it.
Pause. Double pause.
In the event of a tie, it's as is standard rules. The title stays on the champion. Not my world.
I was gonna say,
I'm not.
Man's out here making rules that don't apply.
Not my world. Fun facts about Highlander: the fabulous Freebirds are in the intro with Connor McLeod. Goes to the wrestling match. Who knew? I did not.
Fair enough. I ate way too much on Thanksgiving, and then proceeded to bring home a frozen pizza tonight to make before the stream because I'm an asshole.
I also had pizza.
What?
I also had pizza.
I had bacon and pepperoni with bacon stuffed crust.
Nice.
Yeah, because DiGiorno.
It's
not delivery. It's not fresh. It might not even be pizza. It's DiGiorno.
I think Damien will cash in. Now, this is something we haven't talked a lot about, is the potential cash in. If this match is carnage and chaos, is there potentially a cash in or an attempted cash in?
I still hold water with the theory that Drew's going to somehow end up with a briefcase because of a feud with Damien that might exile Damien from Judgment Day. I think Drew could be a bit more entangled with Judgment Day than he lets on.
Then maybe. Very interesting. As Charlotte Flair gets the hot tag and taking out the other team real fast, got Bayley up in her arms.
Right. Follow a slam on the Bayley. Kip up.
What's up, Ian? How you doing?
What up?
I ain't hog tie nobody. Oh, we're not touching that. Really don't see Damien cashing in until 2024.
What is a Southern barbecue?
Corey Graves is great. I agree.
Debatable.
John wants you to know that he had KFC for Thanksgiving.
Well, that's actually what me and the missus do for our Christmas tradition is we do the Japanese shit and we get fried chicken.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chinese is my New Year's.
I have a select dish when it comes to Chinese food. Now you're just making me hungry at this point. We're talking about food enough.
Oh, big
Oh,
boot
my
from
bone spare ribs.
As much as I like the ear games concept for Survivor Series, I didn't write it. He did. War Games.
Brought to you by Q-Tip.
Right.
The rapper and the company.
I still like to see the old team format included as well. I miss the old team format. I really do.
Yeah, but they also, that's when they much more played into it of being like Thanksgiving thing. Like, think about it. Of what was it? We were Thanksgiving Eve, and it was the 33 anniversary of The Undertaker debuting when he thought he was going to show up as Eggman. We used to have, instead of at the end of football games and everything like that, it'd be the winner of the Survivor Series matches out there eating part of the turkey leg and everything like that.
Right. Oh, Asuka breaking up the count. Whoa, gotcha.
Shout out Little Nate still out here roughing this match.
Facts. In the opening of the Highlander movie, the Freebirds are coming to the ring and McLeod is in the crowd. There you go. Fun fact of the day.
Michael PSA is strutting and everything like that out there, right? Right. I'm sorry, but every time I think of the Freebirds now, I just think of Michael PSAs, and this man looks like a pimp straight out of the fucking 60s in every time you ever see this man.
Right. Becky's back in, and now she's on fire. Got both women in the corner. 2 kicks.
Hop up. Yeah, hop up stop there. Whatever the fuck.
Oh my God, let it go, my guy. Not you, Christian. Fun fact, Damian Priest become world champion. He'll be the first Puerto Rican to become champion since Pedro Morales in the 70s. There you go.
There you go.
Fact checkers galore. I like it.
I just want to address this because wrestling's fake, scripted outcomes fake. Cool. Well, so are Marvel movies, and so is your avatar picture, and probably, I'm assuming, your username.
80% of the junk TV made nowadays.
80% of probably, Patrick, your personality is fake. So
yes,
you can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Yeah. But thank you for taking the time to come visit us.
Right, exactly. 100%. That's how you know you're doing well, when people take time out of their busy day to show up and just tell you about their feelings.
Yeah. I'm lonely. Somebody give me attention. As Becky's in. Oh, manhandle slam. Oh,
and Charlotte hits the spear and fucks it up.
Oh,
hits the spear and fucks it up.
Oh, and Becky's bleeding from the lip. Ghosts of Survivor Series past, Nick.
Oh, well, at least it's not the nose. Where someone keep Nia Jax at ringside.
Oh!
Roto!
I originally called that. I'm mad I changed my mind.
Oh, fuck though. You know this means that Team Babyface is winning at Survivor Series, right?
Maybe.
No, I will bet my pick earlier. I know the prediction video is out there and everything like that. Now I will recant my choice of Team Babyface wins here. We sow the seeds, much like with Judgment Day. We sow the seeds of dissension after a loss. As by the way, though,
I think so.
Picks up the win after the distraction, the discourse here between Becky and Charlotte.
I'm fucking bleeding.
You fucking what, mate? You fucking what, mate? You what, bruv? We'll Ospreay. You what, bruv?
Yeah, Michael Hayes strutting to the ring in the movie Highlander. Little did they know another fight was going on in the parking lot. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut.
There you
All right, folks, we are done. SmackDown, no Rampage, so we will take your ratings out of 10.
Don't worry, I'm getting a replay of SmackDown. So if you want to rewatch it again, we'll just rewind everything and just say it again.
There you go. So if you got a rating out of 10, get it into the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. And yeah, we're all set. That's all she wrote.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun. Right.
6 out of 10. Vince, KJ, and Nick, if you got Peacock app tonight, do you get to see Survivor Series for free tomorrow night? Well,
I don't know. I'm Canadian.
Free is not the statement there. If you purchase the Peacock app tonight, if you sign up for a subscription, what have you, or even if you got a 7-day free trial, what have you, you might get it. But if you have the Peacock app tonight, you will get Survivor Series tomorrow. Fair enough. Hashtag not sponsored.
6 out of 10, 8 out of 10. No, 3 and 1. Sorry, 8 out of 10 from Eric. Yeah, I can't touch on that Peacock topic. It's not an issue. 3 and 1, 8 out of 10. A lot of people liking it a lot. I always thought Team Bianca was winning because it fuels Bailey getting kicked out. That's a valid. Oh, I got main event. Apollo Crews coming to the ring. He's still
I literally have just a replay of what I just watched earlier.
That's funny. Becky did her best Moxley impression tonight.
No. Much more blood.
Right. 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 0 out of 10, no Trish. I think from now on, C Money, we're just going to assume that's your rating unless we see Trish.
Well, no, it's not. He's doing the Chris gimmick there of how before with Bailey and everything. Which, by the way, I'm amazed I haven't seen Chris Leclerc out here just giving every show a 10 out of 10 because it's always Bailey.
Yeah, what happened to that guy? He's too busy during the shows to.
He's all preoccupied.
7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for Charlotte. There you go. I love Charlotte. C Money, but do we get Trish tomorrow? No. Couldn't see it. Steve G, 100 out of 10 if we do. Yeah, there you
go. Kyle saying 8 out of 10. I give it a 9 because of the Cookie Monster outfit. John saying 7.7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Anthony saying you got to purchase a Peacock subscription to watch Survivor Series tomorrow, either $5.99 or $10.99. I think it's $5.99.
Thank you, Anthony.
Moxley impression. You mean Becky's going bald and no selling everything? Facts.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if a little blood on the lip is qualifies as a Moxley.
Yeah, no.
Right. Wipe yourself off. You're bleeding.
5. I ain't got time to bleed.
Jeff Jarrett tomorrow. You stop that, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Killing me, Smalls.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm more of a fan of Bailey, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks more than Charlotte Flair fan. That's allowed, Damien. That's allowed. You're wrong, but that's allowed.
No, he's allowed. This man's the whole game. He still picked 3 wrestlers over 1. Like,
there you go.
He's like, I'd rather be a fan of 3 than 1.
He lost me at Sasha.
Worked out like that.
He lost me at
more than 1.
You lost me at that's yes, literally accurate.
Right. I know where you were gonna say he lost you because trust me, I don't like her either. But that was 3 more than 1.
Fair enough. Too funny. See Jared's name 3 times and he pops up like Beetlejuice.
And hits you with a guitar and never drew a dime.
Right.
Jeff Jarrett. I'm good. I'm not a cowboy.
Right. But it looks like things are winding down a little bit in this chat. So
yeah, 60 to 56 people and everything. It'll wind it down.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I thought the show overall tonight was a pretty good one. For what it was, again, I'm gonna probably go about a 7 on this one. You don't get a whole lot, but I thought they did a great job building certain things. I love what happened. I love the fact that they found a way to get Dragon Lee involved. I think the women's war games set up nicely. I'm prepared for it. I'm excited for it. The tag match for the belts was kind of a throwaway. That was my biggest disappointment. Thought that match could have had a little bit of more jam to it. But yeah, overall, not a bad night of wrestling. 8.5.
It's still high for me here. I like Keyshawn saying, he's right behind you. What was it? Say Jarrett's name 3 times and your hair turns blonde. I was gonna make the joke of giving it a 6.5 because we're sponsored by Ruffles here, and no one told me neither what Ruffles chip they liked or what dip they liked. But no, this 6.5. This is I get what you're saying of nothing was bad, but also nothing was great. Like this was a throwaway. This was what I would expect on a pre-show.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of feeling on this vibe as well.
No, that's fine.
I agree. I mean, yeah, I mean, overall, I thought I think you said earlier that you were, or somebody in the chat earlier said they're a little more excited about Survivor Series because some of the things that happened tonight. And I mean, I think that's what you want from this show. Wasn't great, but it was we got through it. Are you interested in Wheeler Yuta versus Shibata for the Pure Championship tomorrow night on Rampage, competing with Survivor Series? The last sentence says it all.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Wheeler Yuta? That's how I feel with that.
Very safe, disposable, go home show. Perfect.
The Danhausen of go home show. Very safe, very
fit. No, I think that's a good description. And again, I think as fans, sometimes we get it in our head. And I know some people popped up in the chat and were like, this show's garbage. Well, what did you want? Like 6 5-star matches tonight?
It was 100% as I see the turkeys above our heads and everything. This was the Thanksgiving leftovers of a Friday night SmackDown. You ain't mad at it, but you could have maybe at least reheat the bitch. Like at least go to the microwave.
Yeah, I think that's where I felt like it cooked a little tonight as far as getting me ready for tomorrow.
I see what you did there.
I think again, I think you said it earlier, Sunday Night Heat. Just felt like, again, you're not going to get a whole lot of needle moving. I forgot we got LA Knight and KO. I like that a lot. So yeah, I think
fair enough. Well, I was gonna make a joke, but anyways, long story short, I'm getting a replay of the terrible Shotzi shit right now. And I was gonna make a joke, but you can have that.
Right. I got Miles Bourne about to beat Apollo Crews. Maybe not.
What?
See y'all tomorrow. Miles Bourne. It's the one guy we always
like you were watching like a Rocky movie. So I was thinking like Miles Teller or some shit. I'm like, what?
Ooh. Apollo Crews just picked up the win with a huge frog splash. See y'all tomorrow night. CM Punk at Survivor Series, or we riot. I'm with you, Joe. I want Punk.
One local man in New Jersey has been arrested for rioting against Survivor Series.
Right? Sets garbage bin on fire.
Send us your mugshot. I don't have bail money, but send us your mugshot.
Right. And just how are you going to riot if no CM Punk, Joe? Are you going to part your hair on the other side? Oh, poor Joe. We knew Damage Control won at SmackDown, but they might lose. Nick thinks they're going to lose. I don't know. I'm really intrigued. I like it.
Yeah, tonight sold me on Team Babyface, I guess, with this.
Yeah, we'll see if they can overcome their issues. Joe Black laughing. All right, folks. On that chuckly note, we are going to say good night for now. We are back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be here live and ready to go for Survivor Series. We are the pre-show to the pre-show and the whole damn show. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, click that little bell. You never know when we're going to pop up. And make sure you tell all your friends. Tomorrow's going to be a sensational super Survivor Series Saturday. There we go. I got it out. And we will be here all night long. We want to blow up this channel. I want to see triple digits in this live feed. So be a friend, tell a friend, click all our links. Thank you very much.
Right. I don't have enough similes or
alliteration,
like that, or alliteration, anything like that. Not enough rhyming, but our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you put a bit of forward life with it.
Have a good night, folks. Survivor Series tomorrow. See you on the flip side. Good night. Goodbye.